What's good, everybody, man? This your boy, Tony Real the God, man. Welcome to Tony Real the God Chronicles, man. Glad everybody that can make it. I saw y'all waiting in the queue. That's good. Y'all ready to learn this information, man. With brother J Mo the God. J Mo the
What's good?
God.
What's good? How
All
everybody
right.
doing?
So y'all already know brother J Mo needs no introduction. Y'all should be used to this brother spitting this knowledge. Y'all should be used to that. But as you know, we gotta go ahead and give YouTube their part. This is gonna be a good one,
Absolutely.
y'all. And see y'all in 30 seconds. All right, man. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Glad that y'all can join the show today. Today's show, y'all, enough of the formalities, you know what I mean? Or, matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and do it anyway. Y'all know how it is, man. So remember, I'm going to just go ahead and just throw this out here first. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, man, hit your boy up at Tony Real 0044 at gmail.com. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all do that right here on the screen. If you want me a live guest, make sure y'all hit me up on the screen, right there on the screen. All right. Also, make sure you download the Bigo app, man, and follow me and brother J Mo the God. All right. J Mo the God. What? J Mo the God. Yeah, J Mo the God. J Mo the God. I think I said that right, man. And make sure y'all follow me, man, Tony Real the God, also on the Bigo app. All right. And also, man, if y'all like to donate to the channel, donate today. All
That's a
right.
fact
Everything
too.
goes toward the channel, not for my own personal gain, because a lot of YouTubers do that shit. All right. If I need to show y'all the bank account, I fucking will. All right. You know what I mean? But it's not necessary because I don't think J-Mo would tell me, be like, hey, I don't think J-Mo would agree with me. So, but anyway, take my word for it. All right,
That's a
so
fact.
we finna hit up this karmic cycle, man. The topic of the show is the karmic cycle. Brother J-Mo is gonna go in on this, man, and make sure that y'all listen up because this is important. I even learned some things myself, you know what I'm saying, about karma. I never believed in karma, but now I think I kind of fucking do. Brother J-Mo, man, go ahead, man, with your introduction, man, and let's go ahead and get into it after that.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody back to the panel once again. Jamo the God. Like I said, make sure you follow me and Tony Real the God on the Bigo app. Shout out to all my Bigo family and friends as well. Now, what we're going to be getting into today uh, is the karmic cycle. Now, I know a lot of you are familiar with the word karma and the basic premise of what it entails. Meaning, pretty much when you talk to the average person about karma, they'll say, well, you know what, you just get what you deserve. More or less what you reap what you sow, which is in fact very true in that karmic aspect, but there's so much more to that. Even as I'm learned, I would say within the past month or two, me going through my experiences and me learning a little bit more about how this karmic cycle and how we all play a part into it, whether we are conscious of it or not. Each one of us affects each other in some way karmically. Now, I'll get into that. And we're going to be drawn away from the Bible. So, this really has nothing to do with the Bible. We're going to be going into the Hindu aspect because this is where the karmic and Dharma and all these things pretty much come from. Their belief system. And it's not like the Bible where you live this life and ultimately whatever decisions that you make, God will be the judge and you just either go to heaven or hell. That's not like that in the Hindu um, aspect of things. So I'll begin by having Tony play the first video. the Hindu belief system, Dharma, Karma, and Moksha. We're going to be covering the Atman and the Karmic portion of it today. I'll be covering the Dharma and the Moksha part of it in another portion, which will probably come, I would say, within a week or so. But today we'll be covering the Atman and the Karma. So, Tony, if you're still there, if you could play pretty much the first video with the Hindu belief system, the Dharma, Karma, and Moksha.
I got you, brother. You ready for that? All
Yes,
right.
I am. Thank you.
All right. So y'all be patient. I'm gonna share my screen so that y'all can go ahead and get ready for this information here. This brother's about to go ahead and
Now, mind you,
explain
this is
this.
just a basic overview. So if you want to learn anything more into it, you're more than happy to do your own personal research. What I cover is just pretty much a broad base and how its formation comes, how we play a part in it, and everything. But like I said, more in depth, we'll be covering the Atman and the Dharma part of it. So I'll be quiet and let the video speak right now.
All right, brother. Here we go, y'all. Put it at full screen. You want to put it at full screen, brother, or you want to keep it on side to side like we doing here?
Yeah, it's all good. It don't matter however you want to do it, but I'm fine with this right here.
Okay, cool. All right,
hmm
let me know if you can hear it too, brother.
I can hear it fine. Thank you.
For those of us in the Western world, today's lesson on the Hindu belief system will probably be a bit alien. In fact, other than the word karma, I'm betting most of the terms will be new. In order to help these new concepts stick, we'll try our best to link them to the familiar. As we do this, please remember we'll be doing some real oversimplification while merely scratching the surface of an ancient faith. With that warning of sorts, let's get going on our terms. We'll start with Atman. Atman basically means your eternal self, the spiritual essence of who you are. It's not the body you inhabit, nor is it the sum total of your material possessions. It is the spiritual you. For our purposes, we can try to remember this with a sort of play on words, saying Atman is the spiritual essence of who I am. Our
Exactly.
closest match to Atman is probably our use of the word soul. However, there are some
If you want to
huge,
pause right there, right quick.
for instance, the
Okay. Just right there. How they're explaining the Atman part, meaning that in order for you to really understand your cycle and your play in this, you first have to acknowledge that you have a soul, that you are more than just the body that you inhabit. This is just a shell, and your true self, meaning that who you actually are, whether you're a positive person or a negative person. And I know that may sound strange because a lot of us used to the good and evil aspect, but this is totally aside from that. Look at it from its basic point of view, and as you look at what she just explained, the I am, look at that as far as what the Bible says. Now, I'm not saying go to the Bible, but remember when Moses spoke to God and said, I am that I am? Just put it together. But I just want to stop right there, but that's okay. You can continue. Thank you.
Western Judeo Christian system tends to believe when a person dies, their soul travels on to heaven or hell. In other words, paradise or eternal suffering are the end of the road. This is not the case with Hinduism's Atman. Instead, it is believed that a person's Atman is reincarnated, only to be housed in another physical, but again temporary body. This belief in reincarnation leads us to our next Hindu term, karma. Lucky for us, this one is a bit more familiar. In very simplified terms, karma is the Hindu belief system that a person's actions in life will determine their fate in the next life. If a person is kind and selfless in this life, they'll be rewarded in the next. Unfortunately, the opposite is also true. If a person is a scoundrel today, let's just say they'll be paying for it in their next tomorrow. Although our
Now,
culture doesn't always
if
use
you
the
want to
word
pause it right there, right quick.
messaging,
Now, Tony, do you understand like the portion so far
Yeah,
of
so
what?
far, brother. Yeah, so far as so far, basically what we do in life decides our fate in the next life, or decides how the next life pretty much turns out. So yeah, karma is a bitch. So
Okay,
I
yeah,
got you so
yeah,
far, brother. I'm
yeah.
liking it.
Meaning
I'm
that,
loving it.
yeah, going into like the last part of the portion of the video when it was describing the Atman was um the karmic cycle and you being reincarnated. Now, I know that may sound a little strange to a lot of people as well, but look at it like this. You know how people say that, when you do something bad and when you live a bad life, you will somehow pay for it in another life, or as a reference to the Bible when it says, you will pay like for the sins of the father, right? So that's even in that essence too, meaning that every time your cycle is to come back reincarnated to learn this lesson until you get it right. That's the whole purpose. You don't have to get reincarnated 10 times. Look at it as like a school. Like all this earth, this whole planet is like one giant school.
So basically, brother J-Mo, we need to learn now instead of later.
It would behoove you.
Okay, got you, brother. Got you.
It would behoove you. Like, look at it like this. Like what it's like getting all the tests, taking all the quizzes in the seventh grade. Um, once you have the certain finals and midterms and things of that nature. These are certain tests and tasks that will come into your life. Sometimes you may know they may come, sometimes you don't. But depending on how you respond, that is your test. If you fail that test, you come back and you get left back, just like in school. You get left back. If you make it, it don't matter how far, whether it's at the beginning, the middle, or the end. If you fail anywhere along those lines, when it comes time to take that test, you get left back.
All
So,
right, brother.
yeah. But
That
go on ahead. Yeah.
and y'all listen up now. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get left back. You don't get left
Left back
behind.
in life. There's a difference between being left back in school. I know we kind of look at that on a simple term, but
Right.
being left back in life is something that you really don't want to do. But
Y'all hear that?
go ahead and
All
continue.
right now. Don't get left behind. Don't be mad because you about 50 yards behind and everybody 50 yards ahead. All right. Here we go.
Of it are apparent in phrases like, what goes around comes around, or he sure got what was coming to him. Building on the idea that actions affect life, our next Hindu term is Dharma. This one is especially important in the Hindu faith, but probably the most alien to the Western mind. For this reason, we'll give a simple definition, then come back around and try to make it stick. As for the definition, Dharma is the moral force that orders the universe. It's the power that keeps the world in motion and keeps society ticking. It keeps the trees blooming, the grass growing, and the birds singing. However, Dharma is maintained through personal duty. Simply put, it's up to humans to do their part to keep the world operating smoothly. With
Okay, pause it right there.
Dharma is both universal.
Now, do you understand that portion there?
Yeah,
As
I
far
follow
as
you, brother. I
yeah,
follow
as
you.
far as the Dharma portion goes, meaning that um, once you understand you have a soul, identify yourself as who you are, and embrace it in its entirety. Then you go to which is the karmic stage. Whereas when you do good, you get good. When you do bad, you get bad. The whole purpose is not to look at it as if we're all given like a karma credit card. Each one of us in life is handed a credit card. And the whole purpose is not to have a positive balance or a negative balance. The whole purpose is to be balanced, period. Zero. You don't have no debt and you don't have no no plus side on it. And I know it sounds crazy because you would think that, well, yeah, everybody wants good, positive things to happen to them. When you do good works, you help people, you expect these things. But when you reach into the dharmic stage, that's when you don't expect anything at all. You move aligned with the universe. You understand your karmic cycle, your role in this, and you align that with your purpose in life. Meaning that you know you're in tune with the universe, like they said, the same force that makes the flowers bloom, the trees grow, the birds fly. You understand how all of this works, and you're now in tune with that. So I'll stop right there and let you continue there.
Universal and circumstantial or personal. I know this seems rather confusing, so I'll come at it using a tangible example. Most faiths hold to the idea that murder is wrong. Across the board, it's usually a no-no and would go against Dharma. However, sometimes murder may be necessary for the greater good. For instance, what if a king kills a few people in order to avoid an all-out war? Although this is a rather violent argument on the use of personal Dharma, it's a famous one taken right from the pages of the ancient Hindu story about Dharma known as the Bhagavad Gita. In this
Which
Hindu
predates the
classic,
Bible.
a ruler's crown is challenged by rebellion. Since the ruler knew murder was wrong, he put down his weapons and refused to kill the rebels. However, the god Vishnu appeared and told him it was his personal duty or dharma to kill his enemies in order to protect his people and bring peace to his lands. Yes, senseless murder would go against the universal idea of dharma, but in this story, it was the honorable ruler's personal duty or dharma to kill. With this in mind, we can simplify and remember dharma by saying it's a person's individual duty in life. To use some
Exactly.
alliteration, dharma equals duty. This brings us to the last of our Hindu terms, moksha. Fitting.
So basically, brother, Dharma is basically what you do pretty much determines your outcome in your situation.
Well, that's more on the karmic side.
Okay.
Dharma is when, like she just explained, when you
Mm-hmm.
understand your personal duty
Right.
in this, meaning that, like she said, if you go across the board in most religions, like she said, it's wrong to kill. That's cut and dry. But
Okay.
in Dharma, you would it would be understood that you would kill for a good reason. Meaning that the same example that they gave in the Bhagavad Gita was the king had to protect his kingdom from these invaders. Knowing that they were coming, he said, well, look, I don't want to kill regardless. I think it's best for me to just, but no, the god Vishnu came down and said, no, it is your duty. This is your dharma. Meaning that if you don't kill them now, they will cause more harm and destruction once they reach your city and your kingdom. So taking out two now will save 300 later. Dharma.
Okay. Okay. I got you, brother. I
Yeah.
guess I guess I
That
tried to
doesn't
match
always
it up
work
with the
that way.
same
No,
thing.
no. That's just in an extreme case there. Now, just understanding Dharma in this basic form is just saying, you understand, you wake up one morning and you say, you know what? I understand what my purpose is in life. What I'm doing now is just an action. This is not who I am. My job that I go to every day is not who I am. My job, my personal duty is to find out what my job is in this universal plan and that we all have together and we live on this planet as one. So whether look at Dharma also on the negative side, meaning that there may be a robber or a drug dealer out there that's causing all this harm to people and they don't care. They're just going about their daily lives doing whatever it is they're doing. But they're not understanding that the role that they're playing will come back in one form, shape or another, whether it's in this lifetime, whether it happens in 3 lifetimes, whether it happens in 10 lifetimes. Some people never learn.
So your
Some
Dharma
people
deals with your purpose.
deals with your personal purpose in life. Meaning that it might have been that drug dealer's purpose to go out there and kill all these people to learn a spiritual lesson. If you understand what I'm saying, like
No, I
it's
got you.
crazy. Yeah, that's why I said
I
don't
just
look at it.
want
Yeah, as good and evil. Look at it
to.
as positive and negative. The same thing with the yin and yang symbol, what it represents as it swerves in the middle, how everything comes into each other, and there's one spot of darkness in the light and one spot of light in the darkness.
All right.
You have to understand the balance in everything with that, and that's just basically what it's explaining.
So
That you have
basically,
to understand your purpose in this, not just you, but everybody that's listening out there as well. It's much bigger than you, and this would show you so much that once you understand how this works, it actually makes more sense than anything you could ever read in that Bible. But that's a whole nother conversation. But
all right.
I'll
So
be
I hope
quiet.
everybody got that, man. You know what I'm saying? Remember, you remember, man. You know, from the beginning, man. Your karma will determine your situation, your fate, or whatever you want to call it, and your dharma will determine your purpose. So y'all remember, and I hope y'all got all this. This brother is on the road. Let's continue. This is getting good.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Shout out to the
All right.
family and the friends out there. Yeah.
All right. How you doing, Sister Capricorn? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to
Oh,
the
oh,
show.
what's
How you
going on,
doing?
sweetheart? How you doing, ma?
All right. All right, y'all. We're gonna
Hit the gym
continue.
today.
Nah, nigga gonna put your
Had to hit the gym today. You know, had to
look
get
at
it
you.
in. Nah, let me see. Let me shut up.
All
But
right,
yeah,
y'all. Here we go, y'all.
Nicely in last place, moksha can be very, very, very loosely compared to the Christian heaven. In short, it's the liberation from the cycle of birth and reincarnation. It's the prize at the end of the very long Hindu road. As a person's Atman or soul passes through the cycles of life and reincarnation, it is supposed to learn freedom from ignorance, selfishness, and many other negative human traits. When this is finally accomplished, a person's Atman can rise above the need to be reborn. Therefore, the cycle of reincarnation will end, and the person's Atman is released to transcend beyond the human existence. In Hinduism, this is the ultimate goal, or to use some alliteration, moksha is the main goal. Although rather foreign to Western thought, Hinduism holds tightly to a belief in Atman, karma, dharma, and moksha. Being very personal, Atma is used to define the eternal self or the spiritual essence of who you are. For this reason, we link it to the Western concept of the soul. Building on the eternal concept of Atman, karma is the belief that a person's actions in life will determine their fate in the next life. With the belief in karma, Hinduism holds firmly to Dharma, the moral force that orders the universe. Although Dharma is universal, it is also personal and often refers to a person's duty in life. This is exemplified in the ancient Hindu story about Dharma known as the Bhagavad Gita, in which a ruler is advised to kill in order to achieve the greater good. With this, we come to our last term, moksha, or the liberation from the cycle of birth and reincarnation. Fitting aptly as our last term, moksha can be seen as a Hindu's main goal.
All right. You froze right there for a minute, brother.
yeah. I ain't know what happened. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
uh, so,
Now,
so, so hopefully everybody got that, man. Y'all pay attention to this here.
okay.
Sister Capricorn. She say Tony, Tony, real good job being consistent, always good content. I want to share this with the Bigo fam. Hey, Sharon, sister, Sharon,
Thank you, thank
Sharon.
you, thank you so much.
All
Yeah,
right,
that's a fact.
brother
Now,
Azrael, what's good? He said, "What's good,
As was
family? What's
good,
good,
brother
brother?"
As. Shout out to Asriel.
All
Yeah, part of the
right,
camp.
all right,
Now,
brother. All right.
okay. Now, with that being said, um, those are just the four basic. Like I said, it's just scratching the surface.
Mhm.
Today, we're just going to be covering more of the Atman and the karma part. Like I said, the Dharma and the moksha will be covered at another time in depth. Now, how? Oh, well, first off, are there any questions that you have or anybody else have before I go any further, as far as explaining karma in itself? Now, does everybody understand what Atman is? Like
Okay,
the
so
actual soul.
I pretty much get karma, and before I even go into that, just want to let y'all know you're never too old to learn. Do not be embarrassed. And if y'all been, talking to me as long as y'all been talking to me on Bigo or been watching my shows, y'all know ain't no shame in my game. If I don't know, I don't fucking know. So I'll ask, I'll try to figure it out. But as far as karma, I pretty much got that down. You know what I'm saying? That determines how you did in life, and determines how your situation will be in afterlife. As far as Dharma, I already got that. That's pretty much determines, what I'm saying, how you live as far as your purpose. So, hey, my Atman, can you go down, can you explain that a little bit for us, brother, on the Atman, so that, I can get a better understanding, and so can the audience.
Okay. Atman. Okay. Look at it as we have a trinity within ourselves. Look at it as body, spirit, and soul. Now, a lot of people get confused the spirit and soul aspect. The body's pretty much self-explanatory. Look at the body as just a vehicle, like you get in and out of your car, like that, basically. Um, when you go to the spirit, your spirit is your personal energy. What makes you you, like what makes you Tonyville the God, what makes you wake up every day, function on your daily routines, what makes me who I am, J-Mo the God, what makes Asriel, uh, Sister Capricorn, everybody out there, right? Now, your soul is your inner light, your personal connection to what people would like to label as God. Now, me personally, I have too much respect for the creator or the source to even give it a name. So that's why I just leave it as it is in its entirety, and I respect it as a whole.
All right.
Now, um,
So we got people right here in the comments right here. Brother Solo Dolo, Magnetic. What's good, brother? In the
oh
building, in the
man, what's good?
building.
What's good?
We got somebody right here. Handsome CJ says karma is not real. Also, he says if you don't believe in it, it's not real. Whatever, CJ,
Really?
man.
Okay.
I
All
guarantee
right.
it's universal.
Already knew. No,
You know
it's
what
all
I'm
good.
saying?
Um,
So,
Trust me, this is beyond belief. Put
mhm.
it like that. There's a difference between believing and knowing. You don't really want to believe in anything. So I would agree with you on that aspect. Like, I don't believe so much. Either I know or I don't know. So understanding how when you play a role in this, and that's when I'll start to explain and I'll give an example about how karma works. And I've done this on my panel, I want to say about a month ago. Um, that's well, so
And
look
one
at it
thing I
like
want
this.
to add real quick, brother. Hey,
Okay, go
y'all,
ahead.
after the show, y'all know how I like to do it. If you've been rocking with your boy, if y'all want to come up and what I'm saying, ask this brother J Mo some questions, y'all know I
That's a
send you the
fact.
link, man, and y'all can come on up here and y'all can chit chat with the brother. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to pretty much do. You know what I mean? Just be respectful. You know what I mean? And after this, you know what I mean? After that, y'all already know, what I'm saying, give you, we can promote something. If you got anything to promote, you know what I'm saying, I will do that for you, man. You know what I mean? Y'all know your boy Tony with the God. I love to promote shit. You know what I mean? All right. But if I don't fuck with you, I don't know. I might not promote it. So, I'm just
That's a
being
fact
honest.
too. That's
I'm
a
just being
fact.
honest. So, you know what I mean? So y'all stick around, man, and let's finish. Y'all continue with the show, man. And after this, man, I'd love to, a few y'all to come up here, man, and talk to this brother and ask some questions and see if we can get any more, understanding of this. All right, y'all. All right. So go ahead, and continue, brother.
Okay. Now, I gave an example like this, right? Say I meet you, Tony, and I rob you, I steal from you. Okay. Now, once I do this action, instinctively, I already know in my subconscious that it's wrong. Now, once I have this intention, this energy, now that I've consumed for me doing this negative action, it now it now kind of gets ingrained in you, and you send that energy out into the universe. Okay, it goes to what they would say two levels. It goes through the Akashic records, which is the ethereal realm, like the sky, what people would call the Book of Fire. Um, Everything that's ever been recorded, all your ancestors, every action that's ever been done, every thought that's ever been thought of, everything, every feeling, every all this has been recorded. So the actions that you do as well is also being recorded, not only in the Akashic records, but in the universe as well. So me doing this action to you, Tony, now I sent this energy out there, and now you in turn are now sad or angry at this action that I've now done to you. So now you have this energy that you're sending out as well. So depending, you know how they say, what's done in the dark will come to light. You may not pay for it now, but you'll pay for it later. So sometimes karma works as if it may be an immediate thing, meaning that if I stole from you, Tony, and I ran down the street, I might immediately get hit by a car or some shit like that, and be like, "Oh, well, damn, see, you know what? Like, Jamo shouldn't have stole that money. That's what the hell he get." All right, cool.
True that. True that. One
Right?
second, brother.
Yes.
1 second, brother.
Okay.
So right here, handsome CJ, he says, if you never experienced it, can you say a superstitious thing is actually real? So my question, I'm going to say this here, brother. I have experienced some things that, for me, I would not call it superstition, but I would say that it is pretty much a retract of energy, because what I give out, I get back. You know what I'm saying? But I don't call it superstition. Now, my question to you is, what have you experienced, brother CJ, to where you could pretty much have this notion of not believing that this is actually real? So you can answer in the
Well,
comments,
I'm
brother.
pretty sure that we'll give CJ the opportunity
Yeah.
to ask his
Yeah,
questions
you
or
can
come
answer in the
up if he
comments,
chooses
but
to.
we're
Yeah,
gonna have
right.
you come up after the show.
I know
We're gonna
that.
have you come
I
up.
know
Don't be
CJ.
scared.
That's the homie. You know what I mean? All right, I didn't know he was gonna come in, but now I know. I'm like, okay, all right. Now I know what it's in for now. Shout out to the homie CJ, yo.
He
That's
gonna
a
say it's
fact.
gonna be look. He said, look here, man. Look here, man. We know it's gonna be some good questions later. We want you to come up after the show. We come on up, brother. Come on up. Don't go nowhere. Come on up. All right.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Go ahead, brother.
Now. All right. Now. Me doing this action, as I said, all this stuff is getting recorded. Now, depending on where the planets align, will depend on what action or what karma may come back to you. So let's say 6 months from then, for me robbing you, I done now came up off of me doing whatever I did to you. So now I'm eating good, my belly's fat, I'm doing whatever it is. But now I still carry that burden of me doing that negative action to you. So this is where what we would call the law of grace comes in, meaning that once I do this action to you, it's up to both me and you to have what is called a law of grace, meaning forgiveness. It has for me to be truly sincere about what I've done to you, okay? And in turn, you have to be as open to receive my apology. Otherwise, we will be karmically attached to one another, whether in this lifetime, 3 lifetimes, 5 lifetimes, like I said before. There's no time is only linear here on Earth. This is the only place where time exists. It don't exist nowhere else. So what you may seem like a lifetime here is only a blink of an eye in another dimension. Now, um, once I do this, right? Now, let's say I come to you and I apologize to you, Tony, and say, I'm sorry for me stealing that $500 from you. And you'd be like, well, fuck you, J-Mo. Like, man, I don't give a fuck, man. I ain't forgiving your bitch ass. Like, no, I'm going to bed. So now I've done my part to release my karma from that. But you not being open to my apology, you now carry that karma until you learn to have that forgiveness as well. It's crazy. And if it's not paid in this lifetime, let's say my son's son, my grandson, for that energy, me carrying all my life, once I pass, depending on my actions and what I've done, I may have to come back in another form to learn this lesson again as a baby. And there's no guarantee that I may have the same understanding and comprehension that I do now, knowing the action that I've done. So even if you look at it in other religions, they speak of this in subtlety. Meaning that how they say the Lord is all about forgiveness. You're supposed to turn the other cheek and all this. Yeah, same thing. You have to learn to forgive, even the person that hurt you the most. And I know that's a hard thing to do because a lot of us has been traumatized, uh, uh, been hurt, molested, abused. All these things, heinous things happen all across the planet. But ultimately, it's still your karma to learn to let that go. And I know that's easier said than done. Trust me. I know. But once you understand your role in this and you become, I don't even want to say enlightened. I want to say once you become fully aware of who you are and your surroundings and your role in this, then it becomes way past the ego thing. It's no longer about my personal feelings anymore. About what I now it's about me making things right, righting the wrongs, and meaning it. That's another thing too. You can't just say it in vain. No people like go through the motions just say I'm sorry just to say it or what. No, you have to really mean it. Otherwise, you just acting, and the karma's still attached to you. So unless you really feel it in your heart, that forgiveness, and also in turn be able to extend that olive branch, then in turn will that karma will be dissolved. And that's when you start learning to go into the Dharma stage. But before I go into that, because as I mentioned, we're just going to cover Atman and Dharma. I mean, karma, excuse me. Um, I just found out earlier. Now, this was when I was doing my own personal research, getting ready for this presentation. Now, me stumbling across this was new knowledge to me. I didn't even know there were 12 laws to karma. Now, when I watched this, I actually had to watch it a few different times just to make sure I soaked it all in and make sure it resonated. And Tony, if you want to pull up that clip as well, we can kind of go into the 12 laws of karma. And we're
I
going to
got you
stop
ready,
at
brother.
each one and break each one down and make sure like people like CJ and whatever make let's just see if any of this applies to you in your life in any way, shape, or form, any of these 12 laws. Now, uh
Let me know when you're ready, brother.
I'm ready. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Oh, before we get into that, Brother Azrael says that energy must be properly handled in a way that it will not be static energy. I agree with that. It all depends on how you use it. You're right about that, brother. All right, y'all pay attention, man. Here we go.
Change your life. Brainy Dose presents the 12 laws of karma that will change your life. Almost everyone has heard of karma. However, karma is not about punishment and reward, as many people think. It's more about cause and effect. Karma is the resultant effects of your past intents and actions. Knowing about karma can be beneficial and will help influence the way you deal with others. If you want your causes to have good effects, then you need to intentionally take actions that will culminate in the positive results you desire. Mastering these actions is key to living a meaningful and fulfilling life and having karma smile at you in the end. So here are the 12 laws of karma and how you can apply them to your benefit. Number 1, the Great Law. As you sow, so shall you reap. Just as a farmer plants seeds and expects a period of harvest, whatever you sow, you will also reap. Whatever you do unto people will eventually be done unto you. When you choose to treat people right, you will discover that they often reciprocate and behave more positively toward you too. It may take time, as seeds often take time to grow, but your words, actions, or thoughts eventually always yield their harvest. They may return to you as love, money, or happiness. You should therefore be kind and courteous to people, irrespective of the circumstance. Remember, your actions and even your reactions will come back to you somehow.
Okay, you can stop. You can pause it right there. We're
Creation.
going to stop at each law, right? Now, understanding that law, the grand law, the great law, as they would say. As you sow, so shall you reap. That's in the Bible, plain as day. Now, we look at that as said. Don't look at it as a bad and good thing. It's a cause and effect. So, depending on sometimes your actions may lead to may you may have a positive intention, but then get a negative result from your action. And sometimes that happens. But understand that it's all fluctuating. Everything is about frequency and vibration. So
So
when you
basically,
put out
brother,
certain
but
energy,
so basically, with every cause, there's an effect.
absolutely, absolutely.
Right, right.
So
Brother
as they
Azra stated
explained,
that earlier in the comments, and that
yeah,
is completely agreeable.
exactly. That's why I said like we all in tune. So when
Mhm.
you understand your role and when you're in tune with the universe, it all resonates and it will all make sense to you. Trust me.
Right.
Um, yeah. So as I said, just like a farmer, when you so whatever work that you put in, expect to get that out. But once you reach into the dharmic stage, you don't expect anything from your actions.
Hmm.
Karma is just understanding that when you do good, you get good. When you do bad, you get bad. But you don't
Yeah,
want to
but
have anything. You want to just be in balance with it.
yeah, but
What is it now?
brother JMO. But there has been many situations, you know, what I'm saying that that I've seen and sort of experienced where certain things that had been done that I have done or that I've seen others have do. I'm sorry, have done.
Okay.
There was really nothing that came back to them. So how do you explain that?
Well, look at it like this. There's no time frame, as I mentioned. Just because you may look at it like nothing immediate happens to you now, and me and CJ had this conversation before on my panel a while back. Like we look at it like, okay, if he robbed me for a good reason, then it's all good. But
Okay,
no, just
fair.
because you robbed me for a good reason doesn't negate the fact that you did a negative act to me and you caused me pain, anguish, harm, now distrust. All these things resonate. And now my actions will affect other people's actions as I go out into the world and interact with people. And that will resonate. And it becomes a big network.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And yeah, that's where I'm getting at right there. I completely
Okay.
understand you on that part. It's just, I just kind of like, even though you say, hey, it's kind of like, it's kind of like you're saying, like, oh, well, I guess I may have deserved that. That's why that person ain't getting nothing back in return. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, but
But
what are you looking at something immediate happening back to you? Or are
mhm,
you looking at something that may happen not only to you, but maybe to your loved ones?
I'm looking at it both ways.
Or
Yeah,
you see what
immediate
I'm saying?
and
Like, yeah,
happening.
look
Yeah,
at it like, yeah.
yeah.
Like you may look at it like, okay, I got away with it now, but a year down the road, I'll be out somewhere, you may get stranded, and your car just overheat and break down out of a sudden. And you be thinking, why did this happen to me? In the middle of the rain and all kind of dark and spooky things is happening and shit around
Yeah.
and shit. You see, I'm like, what did I do to deserve this shit? Then
Right,
you
right.
think back to, oh damn, I might have done some X, Y, Z. Yeah. So
Yeah, so
and
you
like I
yeah.
said,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it
follow.
may not even
Yeah,
happen to
I
you in
follow
this
you,
life.
bro. Right, I follow you. It's just that it's some some people would think that this would happen in a very quick, immediate way, and I've always said that just because it don't happen now, it may happen later or years down the line. I've always said that shit to people. You know what I mean? I even tell
Hmm.
my kids, and you may not, suffer the consequences now, but on down the line, there will be some changes that you will disagree with, and
Exactly.
that's just the energy that you gave out is finally returning. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Brother
Exactly.
Solo Dolo says, my bad, brother, but y'all know I like to build with y'all also in the comments. Brother Solo Dolo says, yo, say it's cause and effect granted, but still receive reward or penalty. And as far as punishment, yeah, agreeable. You know what I'm saying, to some extent, because not everybody. Not everybody will agree with that, saying what you stated, brother Solo Dolo. That's also up for a debate. So because some people don't believe in reward or penalty, So hey,
Exactly. I'm,
you
I'm
know,
I'm not saying that this is a 100% science. I'm not
right,
saying that. All I'm saying
right.
is that understand that that the scheme of things are much bigger than just you and what you want out of life and your satisfactions and your goals and dreams. That obviously the decisions that you make will affect other people as well. Then that's when you'll really start to grasp the full concept of your role in this and what you really need to do once you become fully aware and awakened of it.
Mhm.
So,
So it's really well, Sister Capricorn Unicorn says you can speed the karmic cycle up with the right tools. What do you think about that, brother J-Mo?
hmm. Meaning that, okay, say if I said before, I rob you, Tony, and I immediately come to you and
Mm-hmm.
say, Tony, I was wrong for me stealing that $500 from you. I ain't got the whole 500 right now, but I'll pay you back $100 every week until
Well,
the
you know
500
what,
is
brother?
paid
You
up.
already covered that, so we're gonna hey, no disrespect, Sister Capricorn, but he's already covered that twice, so
Yeah.
we're gonna keep going. We're
But
gonna
no,
keep
but no,
going.
what she's saying is the right tools, meaning that
Yeah,
once you become aware, then if it's
right.
immediately done, then you
Mm-hmm.
don't have any karma to attach yourself to, and
Mm-hmm.
it's null and void at that point. So
And
yeah, I
but
understand
you
what
know
you're
what?
saying.
I believe that we're all. I've always believed that we're all connected, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I
Whether
believe
we
that
want to or
what,
not.
if I step on a bug, somebody gonna step on me, and I don't mean literally. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
yeah, it's always gonna come back to you in all sorts of, sometimes maybe legitimate ways, or it could be odd or awkward ways. It always come back, y'all. So so I hope y'all are following this, brother, and what we're talking about here, because this shit is important. And in case no one knew the reasons why certain things were happening, that you was like, whoa, what was that? This is why. This is why. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Before we continue, um,
Mm-hmm.
and I know a question came up not too long ago, uh, when I think it was CJ and another gentleman on my panel. We were talking about like children that are born with deformities or handicaps. And people would say, well, why did God allow that child to be born, that way for whatever ailment that it may have, right? We don't stop to think that maybe that soul is being reincarnated and now it's paying for something that it's done not only in maybe a past lifetime, but maybe a sin that maybe his father or his parents never took care of, and it comes back in different forms depending on when you're born, where you're located, all these things. That's why I say, like, you fail to realize that this world is nothing but one giant grid. That's all it is. So once we understand that we are nodes in this grid and we all connect in one way, shape, form, or another, energetically, we connect. So I know it may sound like, yeah, I could do something to you and I ain't gonna pay for it because you know what? I'm good, and I got away from it scot free. If it could only be that simple.
Okay. It is. It can. It is that simple, and sometimes it's difficult for some to even understand that this is very possible in your life. Okay. Um, I see you, brother Solo Dolo. You say cap. How so? So stick around, brother. Questions and answers are coming. So stick around. I'm telling y'all, man. This
Okay,
is how
like I
this.
said, man, I'm ready for all the questions, man. And look, I have
You know.
no issue at
This is
all.
how I
Nothing
get
to
down
explain to this.
on Tony Really
Yeah,
God Chronicles, man.
it's
Y'all just
only
stick
cap.
around.
Like I said, if I don't understand how you would even say it's cap because I've already explained that nothing is 100% science. Science itself isn't 100%.
Hmm.
So why would you hold anything to that? Like I'm just telling you that if you understand your role in this, and you have to have a bigger perspective, then you won't get it. So I guess it would be capped to you if you're thinking on a lower level. But continue.
Yeah, so raise your frequency, people. Raise
Exactly.
your frequency,
Exactly. Yeah.
man.
I don't know what to tell you there.
So brother, brother, I'm telling you, you are a very amusing brother, man. He says, shaking my head, all this to make you feel good about bad things happening to you. Just hold off, brother. I'm telling you, stick around. You can keep with your comments, but don't worry, because
Yeah,
at
I'm
the end
like,
of the
who's saying
show,
this?
I
I
will
can't
be
really
sending
read.
link. I'm gonna put the link in the chat this time. I ain't gonna
Exactly. Yeah.
put it in the chat, and y'all come on in. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Feel free to, to challenge this, you know what I'm saying? Challenge this information, you know what I mean? With Brother J-Mo, or if you want to ask me how much I
Yeah.
believe in it,
Answer
you know
any
what I
questions
mean?
or whatever.
You know,
Yeah, I'm open.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as my knowledge of it, I'll answer your questions the best I can. And as far as this brother acknowledges stands on it, he'll answer your questions also the best he can. All right. So stick around. Questions in conversation and building is coming, y'all. So we're gonna continue the show though. Let's get it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hmm.
All
We can
right.
go to two now. Yeah,
Okay.
we continue the video.
Yeah, I got it. I didn't even know what to get off of there. All right. So I know it's a lot of y'all that tend to, some of y'all disagree with this. You know what I mean? But I
Of course, it's
guarantee
gonna be
you,
skeptic. Yeah, like I'm.
yeah. Look at that, bro.
Yeah.
And boy, hey CJ, oh yeah, we coming. We go when he say we coming.
I know y'all coming, and like I said, like I
we
know
ain't
they're trying
scared.
to show
We
off and
ain't
show out
scared.
today,
We ain't
this
scared.
Saturday night.
Yeah, we
They're
ain't
trying to
scared of
show
y'all.
off and
It's
show out. I
Saturday.
can dig it.
Yeah,
I
buddy,
can
we
dig
ain't
it.
scared. We ain't
Saturday
scared.
Night Live. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's go, baby. We ain't scared of y'all. We 10 toes down. Just, we're just messing around with y'all. Don't y'all come in here and try to tear it up. You know all right, y'all. Let's continue with this vid, man.
You attract what you are, not what you want. The law of creation teaches us that we are more in control of our own lives than we know. Most people often blame others for the wrong things that happen to them, instead of taking accountability and striving to shape their own destinies. Do not take a back seat in your own life. Seize the opportunities and ideas that come to you and make the best of them. Also, note that you eventually become whatever you continue to see around you. So surround yourself with things that are in line with where you are going and what you want to be. This doesn't mean you should try to change the people around you. If you try to do this, you may not succeed. Instead, work toward improving yourself, because only you are responsible for what happens to you.
Okay, pause it right there. Now, the gentleman or whoever it was that just said, "Oh well, yeah, you just planted to make you feel good about people doing bad things to you." It was just explained right there. See what happens if you just have patience. You just watch the video and just absorb the information and save your questions and comments till the end instead of just interjecting in the middle of something and not really getting the full concept of what it was even trying to explain. The law of creation just explained what you just explained there about your question. Matter of fact, your statement that uh, you are you attract what you are, not necessarily what you want. Just like they say in the Bible, or the old saying goes, God will give you what you need instead of what you want. That's basically what that's saying there. No matter what you want in life, the law of the universe will tell you that you will get what you need first before you ever get what you want. And you cannot, you have to take accountability for your actions, not what everybody else does to you. So if you would have paid attention and listened to that, then you would have got that concept as well.
That
But
is true, man. You know what? And you know what I've always said, man. You know what you do always comes back, man. I always said that, man. You know, and when you don't want certain things to happen to you or in your things to happen in your life, man. How you go about your decisions, how you go about your life, how you do certain things in your life will determine what will happen or how that situation will turn out for you, man. You know what I
mhm,
mean? It always will come back to you. It may not come today, it may not come tomorrow. Something will be readjusted. All right, and
mhm.
you're not gonna like it, or you may like it, but you more than likely you ain't gonna like it. So be careful how you do people. Be careful how you handle yourself out here. You know what I mean? Just be, you know what I'm saying, just be polite and be patient, man. Things will come and things will happen for you, you know what I'm saying, collectively. You know what I'm saying? Don't force it and don't bring all that negative energy with it either. You know what I mean? So, you know,
Yeah.
just be careful out here, man. Be careful how you treat people and be careful with yourself.
And like it's just explained in the video there. You
Yeah.
cannot change what other people's mindsets are. Otherwise, you will become disappointed. You trying to think you could change the world like Superman. That ain't gonna happen. All you can do is put the information out there and let people make the decision on their own. And that's all I'm doing. So it's not about me trying to prove what's right or wrong. It's all for open for interpretation or people who want to receive the information and see how it resonates in their life. So it may not even apply to you. You know, who am I to say? But you will find out one way or the other. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Like, you may think it don't apply to you because you're absolved from this, or but no, no, you play a role in this whether you want to or not. But yeah, you can go ahead and continue.
All right. What you say, brother? I didn't hear that last part.
Yeah, I say you can continue the video. But I said we're going to stop at each law and analyze it and break it down and see if everybody fully understands these laws as we go down because we're only at law three. There's 12. So just those two right there should resonate within the majority of the audience. You reap what you sow and you attract what you need, not what you want, what you are. So whatever person that you are, you're going to attract that energy to you. Sometimes it works in reverse, depending on the alignment and when you're born. Like I said, all these it's just the rabbit hole goes so deep. That's all I got to say. So, oh, what's
That,
CJ saying
that
now?
is true. Brother CJ says you can do everything good and bad. Things still happen. It's clear. It just makes you accept anything. All right.
Hmm.
I don't
I
think
don't know
it
if I
just
agree with
makes
that,
you.
but okay.
I don't. Yeah, I just I was like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see how you got to that, but okay. We'll continue, CJ. We
yeah,
got you, man.
we got yeah. One more right here. One more right here. It says Capricorn. Miss Capricorn says bad things is a part of life. Oh, she's talking to CJ. You can avoid them by being a good person. Okay, sister. All right, that's the last person message I'm gonna read now. So, all right, all right. So we'll continue the video, y'all. Let's go. Let's get it.
The law of humility. What you resist persists. In life, for you to tackle problems and find solutions, you have to first admit that you have such problems and challenges. It is often our inability to accept that we have certain struggles that hinder us from finding solutions. But you can't change a situation without coming to terms with it. When you continually see something negative going on in your life and you refuse to accept that it exists, you basically start building up negative energy against it. And unfortunately, this energy comes to reside inside of you. On the other hand, when you learn to accept that you have these problems, you come to acknowledge that the power to affect change and find solutions also rests within you. So take a proper look at your life, assessing everything thoroughly, both the negatives and the positives. Accept your reality and where you're at. Then you will find the strength to make the necessary changes. Number 4,
All
the
right,
law of
pause it.
growth.
Okay. Now, explaining that. Now, a lot of us lack that law right there, humility, understanding that things are much bigger than you. Understand that it's okay to admit when you're wrong. It's okay to admit when you uh I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss like that. If you fucked up, it's okay. It's okay to be humble and accept the fact that there's room to grow, and that's going into the next law, which you just seen. There's the law of growth. But before we go into that, what was the main premise of that? Whatever you resist persists. The more you fight against it, the more it's going to come at you. You're that salmon swimming upstream, trying to get to the nesting area to lay your eggs before you croak and die. When you don't got to swim you're fighting against the current instead of you going with the current. Bad things are going to happen to you, just like how CJ Capricorn mentioned. Good things are going to happen to you as well. Embrace the whole action, the whole entail it all is what I'm trying to say. Like, don't look at it as a positive and negative thing. Just look at it as the experience for what it is. And I know that's hard too, because that's in a way that's saying detach your emotions from the situation. And as I mentioned before, that's always easier said than done. Always. But once you
Basically, y'all, stay out your damn feelings.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Brother Azrael says everyone lives by their own personal experience and accepts or rejects the reality they see. Yeah, that does happen. Yeah, I agree with you, Brother Azrael. Thank you for that.
That's a fact. Yeah, shout out to the homie ass. But yeah, I don't want to dwell too much on it. But like I said, I'm just gonna give a basic overview of what it's saying, in layman's terms for those who don't really quite understand what the video is trying to break down. But I think it's breaking it down pretty simplistically.
Okay.
So shout out to the people who made that video as well. They put that together very in layman's terms, so that way it's not really so garbled that people don't fully understand the terminology that's used in there. So,
Yeah.
but we'll continue. We're going to go to the law of growth now.
All right, let's get it, y'all. Pay attention.
Wherever you go, there you will be. If you want to grow and make your dreams and visions a reality, you have to realize that your inner life controls the outer world. Your thoughts eventually become what you act upon, and your actions frame your world. To change your world and grow, you have to change its core fabric, your thoughts. Harboring negative thoughts will create a negative environment, while positive thinking is the only thing that will build you a positive world. Keep restructuring your reality by improving your thoughts and choices, and you will grow to achieve all that you dream of. Number 5, the law of
Okay, you can pause right there. Yeah. Now, understanding that the law of growth, meaning that wherever you go, there you will be. If you carry a negative mindset into any situation, no matter where you go, you're going to be there. That's why they say, like, you can't really run from your problems. You can't run from it. You can't duck and dodge forever. It doesn't work that way. So if you have positive thoughts, even in a negative situation, somehow you will find a way to get through that negative situation and get something positive out of it instead of being negative and just receiving negative energy. That's where depression comes in, and anxiety and PTSD. You're harboring these negative energies and feelings, and you don't know how to let go. No matter where you go, no matter what people you talk to, you get the same type of energy, and you can't understand why. Sometimes, like I said, it's much bigger than you. You don't understand your role in this. So once you understand that, well, no matter where you go, you're going to be there mentally. That's what it's saying. I'll digress. We can go into the next one. Law of responsibility.
Our lives are of our own doing, nothing else. This law, like the law of creation, focuses on the fact that our reality is a continuous reflection of our state of mind. When you notice commotion and turmoil around you, you have to start taking responsibility for the situation you find yourself in. Start taking steps to get out of these kinds of situations by taking time to engage in deep inner reflection and pursuing peace. Even when something terrible happens to you unexpectedly, do not waste time mulling over the experience. Instead, learn the lessons and take responsibility for making things better. When you become responsible for all your thoughts and actions, you have a sense of control, which is necessary to push yourself forward. Number 6, the
Okay, you
law.
can pause right there. Okay. Now understanding that, the law of responsibility. Our lives are of our own doing, nothing else. So, as CJ and all them mentioned before, all you had to do was just wait, and it would have covered everything that you asked, or all of your comments, all of your statements. Everything is answered right there for you. So all these, oh well, yeah, if you do negative things, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. No, there's a law of responsibility that comes with that. Our lives are of our own doing. So meaning that regardless of what we do, we have to take ultimate responsibility, whether it's positive or negative. We have to. It's like Jesus carrying that cross up Mount Calvary. That's what that symbolically is telling you. That's why when the gentleman came out of the crowd and tried to help Jesus carry that cross up the mountain, what did the Romans say? No, that's his cross to bear. He has to carry that. Same thing, nothing else. We can move forward.
Everything you do is somehow connected. The past, present, and the future are all connected, and your past and present hold significant sway over your future. You should realize that no one step will suddenly shoot you into that future of your dreams. Every single step you have ever taken and the ones you take right now are equally important. Your future is actually a culmination of your previous choices and steps, so all of them
Hmm.
count. Therefore, make an effort to take steps which are consistent with your destination. Only that way can you get there. Number 7, the
Okay,
law
we
of
stopped there.
focus.
Okay, the law of connection. Everything you do is somehow all connected, as I mentioned earlier. What was that comment?
Uh, Charles Lucas, what up with it, DJD?
Oh,
I guess
I'm
that
about to say, is
DJ.
that DJ?
I
Yeah,
think
I'm
so.
about to say, is that DJ? I ain't. Oh, okay, all right. But yeah,
What's good, brother? What's good, brother DJ? Welcome to the
yeah,
show.
yeah. Okay, the law of connection, meaning that, as I mentioned before, everything you do is somehow connected. Meaning that my actions will affect your actions will affect the person that you come in contact. Everything, all of this, positive or negative. Now, whether we like to think that we're just autonomous, right? And we just stand alone, and as long as don't nobody come within my social distancing 6 feet, that it's all good. But no, like I said, we're all energy, we're all frequency, we're all vibration. So whatever energy that you send out, as I mentioned earlier, you will send that up to the ancestors, and you will send that out to the universe. So you may think in your mind that you're being immediately satisfied from your actions, but that's all it will ever be is immediate satisfaction. The law of connection means that regardless of what you do, whether it will come back to you now or whether it come back to you another time, this lifetime, another lifetime, your children's lifetime, your grandchildren's lifetime, you never know. That's the thing. So why not understand your role in this now and do your best to be in tune and walk in Dharma, in alignment with the universe. That way, I guarantee you'll see a lot of this commotion out here just stop. I mean, it's not going to stop overnight, but you know what I mean. Like,
I feel you. I feel you.
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel you.
But yeah, we're going to the law of focus. This is key too. A lot of you like this, but go on.
You cannot think of two things at the same time. In your quest for improvement, it is vital that you concentrate on the things that truly matter. The law of focus helps you place your attention on those values that will primarily assist you in attaining the heights you seek. Focusing on positive emotions, development, and goals will leave you with no time to focus on negative things. And that's a good thing, isn't it? When you find yourself in not so pleasant circumstances, always look on the brighter side. It might be a difficult thing to do, but when you form the habit of recognizing the lessons in negative events, you will learn from these experiences and get even better. Number 8.
Okay,
Law
well,
of
right there.
hospitality.
Yeah. Now, the law of focus, as it mentioned, you cannot think of two things at the same time. Meaning, how many of us walking around out there with jumbled thoughts, trying to think of 5, 6 things at one time, stressing yourself out with all these different energies coming from all these different directions? No, stay focused. It's best to focus on one thing at a time. You can only handle one thing at a time in its entirety. Because let's just say if I'm thinking about 3 things at one time, percentage wise, I'm only giving my thoughts 33.3% of my thought time because now I'm dividing it up in three. So I'm not even giving it the full attention and credit that it needs to have. I have to address it 100% directly, focus, laser, not jumbled all over the place, not floating out in the middle of the ocean and shit, talking about fucking 5, 6 different things and shit that ain't got nothing to do with the real issues at hand that we deal with. So that's another thing that a lot of us lack is a lack of focus. Please employ that law of focus. I promise you, things will simplify at that point as well. But we continue.
Basically, stay focused out there, people.
It's hard, but I motherfuckers got ADD and shit, like ADHD. They can't sit down for 5 minutes straight, like let alone like nah, they can't do that shit.
And moving around like they got ants in their pants, man.
Yeah.
And look, their mind
All
going
fidgety and
100
shit.
miles a second. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, yeah. And that's where anxiety kicks in. Then that's when you can't sleep, and you see what I'm saying? Like you up at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning and shit, not knowing what the fuck to do with yourself.
Exactly. Bored out your ass,
Yeah,
wondering what to do,
yeah.
confused, at war with your own mentality.
Exactly.
Calm
Exactly.
down, people. It's gonna be all right. Calm down.
So like I said, these rules are very employable. Very employable. But go ahead.
All right.
Demonstrating our selflessness shows true intentions. It is impossible to have a belief that wouldn't reflect in our actions. Truthfully, our actions are surer proof that we really believe. If a life of meaningful impact is what you truly seek, then selflessness is a cardinal virtue you have to demonstrate continually. You should learn to be accommodating, open, and helpful to people, even when you barely know them. When this becomes your life habit, it is proof that you have attained some form of growth, because truly matured people lead selfless lives. They're always ready to give and help the growth and improvement of others.
Are you
Okay.
ready to experience a
Yeah, that's just a commercial. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, skip past that bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, as it said right there, the law of giving and hospitality, meaning that demonstrating our selflessness shows true intentions. Now, those are big words for a lot of people, meaning that you have to do things from its pure heart and not have any like I said you thinking about other things more than yourself. CJ. Now being so
Wow.
you can't be selfish. No, that's the homie though. Obviously, I've been fucking with him. But yeah, but yeah, you got to be more focused on just like yourself and have more concern about your fellow man. You don't want to see nobody out there suffering if you can help it. Like I mentioned before, I know that I said the joke yesterday about trying to go down Kensington and help the drug addicts and the homeless people down there. I'm dead ass with that. Like I'm still gonna go down there. Now, whether I get the support that I get is a whole nother thing, but that's not why I'm going down there. I'm going down there because I want to. First of all, I'm actually going back home, so I'm just going visiting around the way. But second, I want to I want to actually embrace it all. I want to go down there and actually talk to a couple people and see how did they even come to this point in their lives. Because I think if you really heard the stories and like because as I give it up on my channel and like Tony and everybody else, like we give it to you raw and uncut. So by you hearing these direct stories from out of these people's mouths, maybe you'll get a different perspective on how you look at these people. It may not look down on them so much, okay? Because they just made mistakes as well. Some of them out there just because they want to do the dumb shit. Other ones just made a left turn. So as long as you keep in mind that your spirit of giving and hospitality, meaning that you can't just open up your door to every motherfucker. Like that's just being gullible. But just use discernment with this. Understand that even if you may have somebody, let's just say you give somebody $5 on the street, and after you give them the $5, they say, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about this shit, but they still take your $5. Of course, you may be a little bit upset because of the fact that I thought enough of that person to give them $5. But once you become enlightened and understand this law of giving and hospitality, then you don't look at the $5 so much. You say, you know what? I done my part. Now, how you feel about it, that's your negative energy, and you keep that. But I did this because I did this genuinely from my heart. I didn't expect anything from it. So that's what that is. So we'll
All
go into
right.
the other one. Mhm.
All right, that is cool. That is cool. Brother DJ, he says, don't forget about the pizza and the water and the bag of chips feeding the people. That's amusing, Brother DJ. That's amusing.
We sure them did talk about that shit, huh? Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, true that. True that. All right, y'all. Listen up now.
One cannot be present if they are looking backward, or for that matter, forward. This law is a tricky one because it seems to imply that the past and future don't matter, somewhat seeming to contradict the sixth law, but that's not really the case. Let's look at it like this. As humans, we often have the tendency to get caught up in thoughts about past achievements or failures, and sometimes it's living in our dreams of the future that hinder us from seeing the potential of the present. We tend to forget that the present counts much more than the past and the future. Actually, the steps you take in the present are more important than the memories of the past and the dreams of the future. You need to learn how to deal with the past and the future while living in the present. Use lessons from the past and use your dreams of a grand future to drive yourself to take the necessary steps that are required right now. Number 10.
Oh, pause it right there. Now, understanding that right there is a deep one. The law of presence. That's a very deep one. That was a deep one for even me to wrap my mind around. Saying that one cannot be present if they are looking backward, or for that matter, forward. So that means a lot of us reflect on the past, and a lot of us have become who we are because of the actions in the past, and we don't want those things to happen in the future. Or we may want to manifest something now, or that we had ideas in the past into the future. And that is a good thing to a degree. But what it's explaining here is that you don't really want to look too far ahead, and you don't want to look too far back. You want to live in the now. Embrace the experience for what it is at the present time. Live in the present moment. So don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Don't be hesitant. And I myself have fallen into this. So that's why I said this resonated with me a little bit more, because even I have visions of what I want to accomplish in life in the
Brother
future.
J-Mo, I'm going to step away for just a second, Brother J-Mo. Go ahead. Keep going,
Okay,
brother.
yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I know a lot of us, like I said, we're so caught up in worrying about what may happen or what have happened instead of what will happen. Concern yourself about what will happen, and then you can learn from your past experiences, and you won't expect too much going forward if things don't necessarily pan out your way. Now, if they do pan out your way, then of course, you can be happy and experience for that in itself. But just like joy, pain, all these things are temporary. That all emotions are temporary. That's why it's not really good to be emotional in a sense. Passionate, yes. Now, I would myself consider myself more passionate than emotional because as a man, I don't really think it's a good thing for any man to be emotional. Not women too, but I'll just stick with the men on this aspect here. It's not really a good thing for men to be emotional. We can be passionate, just like how we play sports. I never seen a calm person throw a football down the field and the wide receiver just catch it calmly and run. No, you have to have energy and passion, and that's why same thing when you go into the playing basketball, when you go to the hole and dunk. I ain't never seen nobody just dunk casually. No, you go in there and you dunk hard, like with passion and with for anything that you do. So understand that whatever presence that you're in, live in the present moment. So I know that Tony walked away for a little bit, so I'm gonna carry this for a little bit. Now, going over the other laws as well. Just a quick recap. Let's say we'll go to, as they just mentioned, that may contradict with the law of connection, which is everything you do is connected. It's said right there. It may be a contradiction, but actually it's not. It's understanding that your connection is exactly what it is. Your actions will affect other people. There's no way around that. But understand also that you living in the presence of now won't affect what you've done already because you already got past it. And it won't affect how you move forward because you already know how to deal with it. So, as I mentioned earlier, when you become enlightened at a certain level in life, then you can understand these things. First, you have to understand them. And that's pretty much what I'm trying to help people understand with these basic rules now. And I'm glad that I came across this information because it actually helped me understand a little bit more my role and what I have to do and how I go about things. Because I think we all went through adversity. We've all went through some type of turmoil, and I think we all done things that we may have thought we have gotten away with, or like cheated and lied and stolen from people, or manipulated, and there's just all kind of heinous things that people do on the daily and don't think anything of it. But you got to understand that just because it may not happen to you, would you want to carry that energy over to your loved ones? Who's to say that you may get a phone call one day and find out that something may happen to your grandmother, and you're thinking, why is this happening to my family now? Why is she was just in good health 2 weeks ago? Now all of a sudden but you didn't think about the actions that you may have caused someone, right? Or the karmic debt that you chose to not detach yourself from by you not accepting someone else's apology or not you being apologetic for what you've done. So, and that in itself is just like phenomenal. So we'll just go over a quick recap until he gets back. The grand law: as you sow, so shall you reap. Self-explanatory. Law two: the law of creation. You are not. Matter of fact, you attract what you are, not what you want. That's interesting. You won't get what you. Sometimes we get what we want, but most a lot of times we get what we need, and we have to pretty much monopolize what we want, whether it's monetarily, emotionally, all these things that do. That's where you start getting into the want category. The law of humility: whatever you resist persists. You fight against this energy that you know is coming to you, but that's not the key. Oh, my fault. You just came back. I was just going over a quick recap. Like I want to.
I'm gonna have to rewatch everything you said after
It's
this
all good.
'cause
Nah,
I ain't hear
all I
nothing.
did was just
But
give
it's
a base.
okay.
Yeah, all I did was just give a recap. You ain't really missed nothing. You good.
Oh, okay, cool. All right,
Yeah, you good.
I see everybody. Nobody's safe. Followed and liked. Appreciate you for subscribing. Nobody's safe. Appreciate you for subscribing. Thank you. Uh, Also, everybody, please share this live all over if you can.
That's a fact.
All
That's a
right.
fact. All my Beagle fam. Shout out to all the Beagle family out there. Asriel, Cat, Magnetic, everybody that come on the panel. If I'm missing anybody, I'm so sorry right now. I'm live, so you know. But shout out to everybody. I mean, much love, everybody. Trust me. Like,
Much love to everybody, man. Appreciate y'all, man. So once again, man, make sure y'all share this live. Nobody safe. Say I have many foo-foos on here and Bigos. Okay. All right,
no
yeah,
shit.
keep that to yourself. So once again, y'all, share the live, share it, send the links out, all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Get everybody over here, man, to check out the channel, man. Tony Whittaker Chronicles, man. Subscribe, get everybody subscribed, man. Turn on your bell notifications. That way you'll be notified every time I go live or post a pre-recorded video, which I do. I do that as well. Also, if you'd like to be a guest, man, hit me up, TonyReal0044 at gmail.com for a live screening or phone screening or however you feel comfortable, all right? Because not everybody make it. It's a few people who should have been on the show, but I didn't really like, what they was talking about. Didn't really like the movement. So, hey, I have some people that didn't, that didn't like that. I ain't bring them on the show, but that's okay. It's a small show, but it's growing every day. It's getting bigger. And y'all are helping the show progress, and y'all are helping it get bigger and bigger every day. I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all for that. I thank you for that, man. Y'all keep tuning in, man. Also, download the Bigo app, y'all, and follow me, Tony Real the God, and Brother J-Mo the God. Follow us on the Bigo app. Y'all want to get that personal, in-depth conversation because we give it to you raw there too. But this is a show we try to keep it professional on here now. You know what I'm saying? But I do have rules, so we got to keep it cordial and professional, y'all. All right. And always know that, hey, anybody's welcome. If you got a movement, something positive that can help the people, man, the door is always open, man. You got information that can help the people, the door is open, man. If I like it, if the audience like it, if everybody's pretty much shouting and just going crazy about it, bring it to the show, man. Tony Regard Chronicles, man, and we can expose that and give that information out to the people so everybody can get that information, man, because not everybody has this information. And I'm the only channel here on YouTube that's doing this type of shit. Okay. And I'm glad to have Brother J-Mo to bring this content over, to share with us over here on my platform. So I am very honored and happy that he has done that. And anyone else that's also came to the platform. So y'all, hey, if you feel you ready for the stage like this, hit me up, man, and let's get your screening done today. Also, man, donate today to the channel to support the channel, man. Hashtag Big Tony Main. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all, all the love and respect, man. And you get it back 100 times fold. All right, y'all. All right, so here we go.
we're going to the law of change now.
All right, so now we're going into the laws of change. Right. Yo, back to the video, y'all, because I'm sitting here looking at the comments. And I'm like, oh, okay, what's that? All right, y'all, here we go.
History repeats itself unless changed. Nothing changes unless you change it. That is the law of change. For you to correct negative choices and bad habits, it's not enough to merely make up your mind to do it. You have to take action in order for the changes to actually come to fruition. If you discover a negative trend in your life, then you have to make an effort to turn it around. Even though true change begins from within, it never ends there. Go from resolutions to taking action. Do something about your decisions. This is the only way you can grow and get better. This is the only way to create positive change. Number 11.
Thank
The
you.
law
Okay,
of
we can pause there. Now, the law of change pretty much explains, as it's told before, nothing is new under the sun. History repeats itself unless change, meaning that nothing's going to change unless you change it. Everything is a cycle. Water is a cycle. Life is a cycle. All these things happen in cycles. So understand at a cycle, nothing is changing or being modified usually in a cycle. It usually has a time in which it reaches its peak, and then it has a time in which it reaches its demise. So the law of change, understanding that history will repeat itself, positive or negative, unless you change it or someone else may change your situation or environment for you, depending on whether the manipulation, and I don't mean manipulation in a bad way, meaning that anything that if I could take this case here and I zip it up, it was just open and I zipped it up. Now I just manipulated it. I just caused it from being open to being closed just that fast. That's all I mean by manipulation. So when things are being manipulated, then of course change will happen. But usually change won't happen unless the person that's involved changes it or the situation around you or said person changes. That's it. But go ahead.
And reward. Nothing of value is created without a patient mindset. Reward comes with being patient. No matter how long it takes, if you persistently continue to sow the seeds of hard work, in time, the reward will eventually come. You have to continue to persist and make decisions that are consistent with your goals. Focus on the process and do your best every day. Don't get caught up in comparing yourself to others who are seemingly achieving more. If you truly understand your worth, you won't bother with comparisons. Hard work eventually pays off. Even if it takes time, you just have to be patient. Number 12, the
Okay, you
law
pause
of
it there.
significance and inspiration. The best reward is
Yeah,
one.
yeah, the law of patience and reward. Wow. This is another deep one. A lot of us lack patience. A lot of us want immediate satisfaction, immediate gratification, when nothing that's worth having comes easy. Um, Now, a lot of this resonates with me because I look at it as patience was always a virtue with me. Everything's about timing. So even like when I start to, do my podcast as well, which will be coming soon, um, everything is about patience. So I'm just trying to look and analyze everything in its entirety. And I think everybody should do that as well. The law of patience and reward, meaning that nothing of value is uh, gained without a certain level of patience that comes with it. Steady, slow and steady wins the race. Another old saying. See, all these old parables and analogies and all these things, if you think about it, they all connect. They all connect. And your reward, as just like anything else, it may not be in this lifetime. Some people want, if I do something good, I want something right now for it. I want to be paid right now. I want immediate. No, things take time. Sow, reap. Uh, Great law, verse 1. Sow, reap. So there's no time frame on you being rewarded for your patience and your virtues. It will come when the time comes, and when it comes, just learn to embrace it in its entirety and be happy. And same thing with negative situations as well. You got to have patience with that, and you will be rewarded at the end for your patience. And that's why I carry myself a certain way on the Beagle app and in life. You have to have a certain level of discipline, discernment, and patience, even in the midst of people coming at you with all type of slander and weird shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? But I understand that once you get to a certain level in life, uh, the trolls will come. People love to grab and claw their way once they see somebody trying to get a leg up. Crabs in a barrel theory. So I don't even want to say anything else about that. Patience will be its own reward. That's even better. So Thank you. We can move forward. This is the last law. This is the last rule here. What did Azrael say?
Brother Azrael says,
Oh, wonderful.
wonderful
Yeah,
job, J-Mo.
thank you, Az. Thank you, man. Like I said, shout out to the homie Az, man. Like, yo, for those who don't know, Azrael got that firework too. So if you want that info, please go log on to his panel as well. That's a very intelligent brother. I can't say enough. Like, but between me, Tony, him, Papa Legba, uh, I am that, or the guy, everybody, Goddess, everybody that came on. Like, there's been nothing but love, and all we trying to do is have a bigger platform and to expand this as far as it can go. So it's all about helping one another as well. So, like I said, shout out to the homie, nothing but love, and go check out Tony's panel too when he does his lives too as well. If you want that fire information, do
Oh,
that. But we'll move forward. Last law.
yeah. And I appreciate everybody for coming out, man, to the show, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, this is a lot of love, man. I feel the love in the room, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, man. I am very grateful, man. I'm glad that y'all are actually coming and actually seeing, what's being done here on this platform. You know what I'm saying? For me, this is a big, major thing for me because this information must be, put out there for everybody because not everybody wants to speak about things like this on their platforms. I'm one of those platforms where you can come on here and we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So hey, y'all, don't be scared if you feel like, hey, let me hit Tony up. Come on, man. Like I said, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this information out to the people, man. Let's do this thing. Let's bring everybody together. You know what I mean? It's time to reunite, y'all. In the times we're living in, it's time to reunite. It's time to have a
Enough
better
of the bullshit,
understanding.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Enough of the fuckery.
that's
Yeah,
right.
if we're gonna make moves, let's make some power moves. Let's do this.
That's right. That's right. And this is one of the ways to do it. And also, y'all, Brother Azrael, I know you still there. Don't worry, brother. I'll be hitting you up soon because I want you and Brother J-Mo get up on this platform and light it
That's
on
what's up, man.
fire.
I love when we all come together like Voltron, man. Like, yo, that's some real
Yeah.
shit.
Hell yeah, man. So, all right, y'all. We're going to get into this last law from the 12
Last law.
laws of karma. All right, y'all. Here we go, y'all. Listen up.
Law of significance and inspiration. The best reward is one that contributes to the whole. This last law and the first law are quite similar. The first law focuses on the individual, while the last law focuses on the collective effects of actions. It is true that you will eventually reap what you sow, but we should also realize that our individual decisions and actions become our eventual contributions to society. All of our intentions and actions build up massive energy that creates results that affect all of us. This energy is eventually transmitted into our society and the world at large. So make sure your actions provide value and inspiration to others. Make a conscious effort to be good to people. Pursue your goals and passions. Lead by example. Whether you believe in karma or not, you can probably agree that these laws contain fundamental principles and wisdom that anyone and
Thank you.
everyone can apply to make life better. To live a life of impact you genuinely desire, mastering these 12 laws of karma will prove very useful in your quest for fulfillment. What do you think? Do you believe in karma? What are your thoughts on these karmic laws? Share your thoughts and comments below. If you found this
Okay.
video
There you
helpful,
go. Now, now going into this last law where it says the law of significance and inspiration. The best reward is one that contributes to the whole. As I mentioned earlier, things are much bigger than you. Your actions, your vibration, your energy will get sent out into the universe and will affect other people, whether you like it or not. There's a theory that's called the 100th monkey theory. I don't know if many people are familiar with this, but I think they were. The theory goes that there were like monkeys that were on this island, right? And they were learning how to wash, I think, bananas or coconut, something like that, some fruit in the water, right? Now, the monkeys on the other side or across the pond on the other side where the water was at, they had no interaction with the monkeys that were washing their food. But somehow one day the monkey on the other side of the pond started washing their food, and no one taught this monkey how to do that. How did it know that the other monkeys was doing it on the other side? Because vibration travels. It's bigger than you. We're all connected. The birds, the bees, the trees, all this is in fuck. We would not be here if one of these things was to fall out of place. The trees are gone. We're gone. The bees are gone. We're gone. The sun is gone. We're gone. Cut and dry. So understand that what you say and what you do affects other people as well. And you can't just go around talking to people any kind of way. You can't treat people any kind of way and expect to get good things out of life. It just doesn't work that way. You may feel like you're prospering for a period of time, but just like anything else, it's short lived. And things happen in waves, in fluctuation, in frequency, in vibrations. It's just like there are peaks, there are lows. And just be ready that when that peak comes, yeah, you're gonna be living it up. But when that low comes, be ready to deal with that just as equally. So
All right, all right, all right. I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. You know what I'm saying? This was a great show, and I hope y'all enjoyed that presentation and our small, deliberation on the karmic cycle, man. So one more thing here, Mr. Lucas say the law of karma in the Bible. Can you explain it, please, my brother? Oh well, don't worry. We have finally come to questions and answers. Now,
yeah.
I know Brother J-Mo was ready.
Hey, look, man, I wish I could roll up for real, for real. I could really get my mind right for y'all motherfuckers. I mean, shit,
Yeah, for
man.
real.
But go on
I
ahead,
feel
I
you.
mean, man. Whatever y'all got to ask me, man. Come on, man. I'm ready.
So if y'all are ready, man, to come on the show and ask Brother J-Mo some questions, or me, some questions that is cool. You know what I'm saying? J-Mo is my guest. You know what I mean? And I will answer to the questions to the best of my knowledge. And also, Brother J-Mo will answer the question to the best of his knowledge as well. But I do believe that J-Mo is kind of more, more in tune and more technical and more, informative about it, because I don't really, I never really just paid attention to this
I'm
shit.
still learning too. Like I said, when I look at this
Okay,
shit, I'm still a baby too, for real, man. I just
right.
try to break it down in layman's terms so that way the people that I speak to can
Mhm.
understand it on a more simplistic level than what a lot of people like to present. Because information could sometimes be, jarbled and confusing and
Yeah.
discombobulated, and I just try to simplify it. That's all.
And I mean, for me, y'all, just to be honest, man, for me, all of this that we just watched and heard, for me, man, this is pretty much for me personally. I think this is just a lot of information that we've learned as far as personal experiences and in general life aspects of what can happen. For every cause with there's an effect, and we know, and we've all experienced this stuff, y'all. So for all of you that feel like, oh, I've never experienced that, I wouldn't believe you. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to come on the show, man, come on the platform. I'll add you to the stream. I do say this: please be professional. Please, if you're gonna be rude, you know what I'm saying, don't be rude. Don't come on the show with rude stuff now. And please, you must be camped up. All right, for the to be a part of the stream to ask this brother these questions, you must be camped up. Okay, you cannot be camped down. Please come up here and be respectful, and and you will get that back in return, as you can see. As you can see how it
I have
works.
no problem.
All right.
There's one thing that I absolutely employ, which is called reciprocity.
Mm-hmm.
If you come at me with love, you get nothing but love back. But if you want smoke, I'll bring the Dutch.
You get the smoke. All right. So please be respectful, y'all. Please be
That's
respectful,
all
y'all,
I'm saying,
and
man. So
try to
yeah,
be as
man, yeah,
professional as you can.
keep it cute.
And also be yourself and relax. All right.
Yeah,
Don't come up here
yeah.
gyrating and being a fool. Come up here, be professional, respectful, and relax and be yourself. All right. All right. So I'm going to put this link into the chat, and whoever wants to come into the stream, do it now. All right. So
Yeah,
there
see,
is the
yeah,
link in
everybody,
the
yeah,
chat.
got their questions. Like, yeah. Well, matter of fact, you know what? Let me answer my man because he said something about the Bible and does it mention karma in the Bible? Actually, it does. It says as the first rule says, as you reap, so shall you sow.
True that.
You
That's also
yeah,
dealing
well,
with karma.
so reap, my fault.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's also dealing with karma. You're right about that.
So yeah,
So me, I don't know, lethargic. I'm so okay. You know what? Okay, lethargic. I'm sorry. You said that thanks to you, to y'all for this wonderful show. I can't come up here. Maybe some other time. Don't worry, you ain't gotta come up. You can just watch. All right. So
yeah,
make
I
sure y'all
appreciate
click
it. Yeah,
on
well, I
the
appreciate the support either way. Yeah,
right.
trust me. Now I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So make sure y'all click on that YouTube link. It is in the chat. Okay. Click on the YouTube link right there in the chat. And what you're going to do is you're going to click on that link. It's going to take you to a StreamYard login. Well, a StreamYard website, and you're going to put your name into the queue, and it's going to say Join Studio, and you're going to click Join Studio, and then you're going to and then I'll add you to the stream. You'll pop up right there at the bottom of my screen, and I'll add you to the stream. It's very easy and very simple, y'all. So while we wait on y'all to come up, I'll go ahead and talk to Brother J-Mo and ask him a few questions about this. We'll keep deliberating and building, all right, while we wait on y'all to come up. So remember, the time is now for questions. All right, the time is now.
Yeah, everybody had all these questions for me while I was talking, and then now it's to come for the Q&A, and now everybody quiet.
Everybody quiet now,
Yeah, we
So,
want to because it already broke down all the questions that y'all already had for me. It was self-explanatory, so y'all can't sit there and tell me that y'all didn't get anything from this. Like
that's
if it
right.
was just one rule that resonated with you from this, it may not be all 12. Some with me, me personally, I want to employ all 12 in my life
Yeah,
because I
I think both of us
understand.
should.
Yeah, because I understand or understand that it's my dharma, and I'll be going to that when we go do that one, Tony. What about maybe like a week or so, about week, 2 weeks, something like that. We'll
We
cover
can, we can,
the dharma and the moksha part of it.
yeah, whenever you're ready. Well, we can do it within a week or within the 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Whenever
all
you're
right, yeah,
ready.
that sounds about right. Because as I mentioned before, like before I gather my information, I want to make sure I try my best to soak it all in because it's hard for me to give information to you out there
I see
if
you
I
down
don't
there,
fully,
CJ.
you know.
Right. Now look, y'all. All right, so let's do it. All right, so let's do it. So we have our first questioner. I'll just say it like that. First person that has questions, brother CJ. Welcome to the stream, brother. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, brother.
This
Welcome.
nigga, man, this
I just got
nigga.
to ask. Karma just sounds like a big belief. That's all
Can you
it is.
turn your
It's just
volume up, brother?
Yeah, I'm
Turn your
about to say
volume
I
up.
can't hear you.
Can't
Yeah, I
really hear
can't
you.
hear you.
You can hear me now? Oh shit, my bad. Hold on.
Yeah, we can't really hear you. Your volume up.
Oh my bad. I had y'all on a big speaker. My
Okay,
bad.
Yeah,
I can dig it. I can dig it.
yeah. Now we can
Fucking
hear
We
you.
YouTubing this thing,
so
yeah.
so 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 karma is just a big belief. It's not
Mhm.
factual. It's just a feeling that people have. They believe that it's true. Correct?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it a belief because a belief I would look at as something more along the lines of religion, or you're just basing it with no evidence at all, saying that okay, if I do this, there's no there's absolutely no evidence that this is going to happen to me at all. But karma is saying that if you do this, yes, you may think that you're absolved from this action, but you're not. But you can't tell me that you haven't had anything that happened to you in your life that you may have done something previously and it may have came back, in another form at another time. This has never happened to you.
That's it right there. And that's why I say it's a belief. That's
Okay.
why I call it a belief. Because if I rob this dude and 2 weeks later I get into a car accident, I'm not going to say,
hmm
oh, that's my karma. That's just giving a name to something that just happened.
For every action, there's a what? Finish that sentence for me.
A reaction.
There you go. Thank you. So that right there, Dami, is karma.
That
In
pretty much
itself.
answers your question right
Yeah,
there.
right there.
No, but that sounds crazy though,
Well, look,
because if I
brother
get to
CJ,
a
you
but
can talk while you're on the camera. We can hear you. You ain't got to put your
my
yeah.
bad.
You
But
probably
I'm just
burning or
saying,
something, man. Like, yeah.
like we, it's as if like if I do something and nothing happens to me, something may happen to my brother or something may happen to my sister, and that just sounds crazy to me because we just like, okay, well, this is giving you hope. This is giving you faith. Like if you do good, good is going to come to you, and if somebody does bad to you, something bad is going to happen to them. It might not happen right now. It may not happen 2 years from now. Just believe that it's going to happen to them.
Well,
I mean,
it's not about a
it
belief
sounds like
because at that point,
it
yeah, I
sounds
was
like
going to say at
it
that
sound like
point,
it's okay. It sounds like you kind of stuck to the superstition aspect of it. It has nothing to do with superstition. It has a lot to do with just the, just the very perceivement that you put out, and in the words from your personal experience. It has nothing to do with superstition.
I would call it superstition because if I go get my car washed, 9 times out of 10, the bird is gonna poop on my car.
what the hell that got to do with it?
Because the
What the hell that got to do
action
with
was me
anything?
going, come on.
Okay,
Like so what the action is me going to get my car washed, and the reaction is gonna get dirty. Like, yeah, we could say that. Of course,
No,
we know it's gonna get
no,
dirty.
no. Wait a minute. Wait, what did we look at? I told you. What did it say earlier in the video? Don't look at it as positive and negative. Look at it as cause and effect. Because you went to the car wash, that time you got your car washed. At that time, the effect was when you just washed it. As you was leaving, the bird just happened to fly and shit and drop the load on your car, or after you just got done washing it. So there's a cause and effect. No.
It just sounds like a whole bunch of maybes and what ifs, and that's
I
all
don't think.
karma sounds like to me. Because
I
all
mean,
the laws was just
okay.
contradicting the first one. The second one contradicted the first one. The third one contradicted the second one. So it was just like
Really?
going back. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go through this right now. All right. The great law says, as you sow, so shall you reap. You understand that concept?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. I understand that. I understand that.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, now then we'll move to the second one. The law of creation. What you attract what you are, not what you want. How is that contradictory to as you sow, so shall you reap?
Because okay, so just let me finish this, please. Right? Let me just finish this. If I plant these seeds, right, and
Mhm.
I'm a bad person, should I expect a bad crop?
Are you saying plant seeds physically, or plant seeds meaning that if you go around doing dirt to people across the
No.
out the
Physically,
city?
like physically, I'm a farmer. I'm a bad person, and I plant these seeds. Should
Oh
I
no, it
expect a
don't.
bad
Nah,
crop?
man.
Okay.
That
Well,
no,
wait,
that
wait. Let me
no,
say
no,
this.
no, no.
I don't really
Yeah, that
think
don't
that
work
really
that
just
way, man.
has anything to do with that.
Yeah,
Put it like this:
yeah.
if you plant a seed, whether you're a good or a bad person, or a terrified person, or an evil person, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do naturally,
Thank you.
regardless of who you
Yes,
are. So no, that wouldn't have anything to do with what this
yes,
discussion is or what this topic is about.
yes.
That's not anything.
Hmm.
That's not karma. That's
Thank
just
you.
a natural thing, and it's based on the
Perfect.
natural order
It
of
was
things
so
that
eloquent.
happens. Yeah. So now, but you know what? Hold on. Hold on a second. I will say this. Now that's based on the natural order of things. So are you like disbelieving the fact that as far as karma is concerned, you disbelieve that that's not a natural order of things? You think it's just
Yes,
superstition?
yes. I think it's superstition.
Oh,
I think things just happen. Like things happen because when you see good things happen to bad people, then you could be like, oh well, maybe their parents did something, or you don't really know. You would just think like, well, that had to be the case because of this superstition.
mhm. Well, but you got to look at this though, brother. What you put out, you get back. Like if you punch a man in the face, you're gonna get punched back. You hear what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like that's.
But what about the? So how do we flip it when people don't put anything negative out, but get the most ruthless negative thing that can happen to them?
And as I mentioned before, that right in itself doesn't mean that you just because you're looking at it as a negative and positive. No, it's just no bad or good. Like it's bad or good. No, it's positive and negative. It's just a balance. Like I don't see why you would say that. Like CJ just trolling for real, man. He's just fucking with me and shit, man.
No,
He understand what I'm
like
saying.
I just
Don't be
would like
trolling
to.
now.
You
This is a
understand what I'm
real show
saying.
here now, brother. Come on now.
No, I would just like to understand though, like it basically is. This is just y'all belief. This is a belief that a lot of people believe in, but it's not.
So it's not
It's
technically
not,
it's not
as I
technically
mentioned,
mentally
as I mentioned
believable
earlier,
by you.
nothing is 100% science. Like
Right.
I said, science itself is not 100% science. Everything in science is a theory.
Yeah, but I just don't want to believe that if I stole some candy from the store and I break my leg 3 months later, that's because I stole the candy from the store. That sounds a bit
It may not
far-fetched,
be
don't you
because you
think?
stole the candy from the store. It may be because now you cussed somebody out that didn't deserve to be cussed out. That may have happened 7 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's the
So
part you're
you
not
so wait
understanding. Like,
you've never had
are you expecting an immediate response or an
to.
immediate result to whatever consequence or action that's given? Is that what you're saying?
More so, I'm expecting an equal.
Equal response.
Like
So I mean,
if I stole some money, somebody would steal some money from me eventually.
No,
If
see,
I
eventually,
no, see,
if
nah,
I
nah,
beat
yeah, you
somebody
just,
up,
yeah,
somebody will.
yeah. It doesn't work that way.
right? It doesn't
Just
work.
because your actions doesn't equate somebody else's actions, that other person may not need money from you. They may need something else from you.
Let's just say you stole some money from somebody, and then 2 weeks later, the bank freezes your account. That's a whole
Yeah,
different
or something
entirely.
like that. Yeah.
It's different.
Or that money that you just stole, you find out that you got a warrant and you got to pay that $500 ticket. That you see what I'm saying? So now that money that you just came up off of, you got to get that shit right back.
Mhm.
That's karma.
Okay, so what? Ho. So what if I ain't have the money and I took the money for that reason? Like I had a warrant out for my arrest, and I'm like, damn, bro,
Okay.
I can't get no
Well
job this
then,
fast.
once you made that decision to rob me for my $500 to pay your warrant off, you attach yourself to me. Your karma is now attached to me, and I have to forgive you for stealing that 500 just as much as you have to be sorrowful for taking that 500 and not to do it again. That's the way karma works.
But why?
Karma doesn't work. I
One
could say
second, y'all.
whatever and just keep it kicking
Hold on.
and everything's all good. No, you got to really mean it.
Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on a second. So Sister Michi, I see you right there in the comments, sister. I thank you for coming to the show. You said, is it godly for someone to give you a Quran in a relationship and take it back after a breakup? Just happened to me. I can't figure this shit out. I need answers.
Oh
Sheikh
shit!
Asar
But man,
Small
you can
Private
buy another
Law.
Quran. Like, is that special? Like, you can buy another.
I mean, it's a Quran, sister. I mean, look, I just saw you in there, writing and texting. I'm like, okay, let me draw this in real quick. But sister, I'm gonna put it like this here: if he gave you a Quran, all right, and I can see that this is important to you, so I'm not gonna bash you or talk down to you about it. If he gave you a Quran, all right, and he decides to take it back, I guess after a bad breakup, all right. Obviously, what we usually would call that, what I'm saying, back in the day as an Indian giver, somebody that didn't truly give it to you as a gift, but just gave it to you as just a temporary hold, okay? Meaning they never gave it to you solid, you know what I mean? Because if he did, he wouldn't have taken it from you, all right? So
That's a fact.
if you like to come up here and ask us some questions as far as the topic, you can. So the link is in the chat, all right? But that's my answer to that. So what's your answer, brother J-Mo, for that sister there?
As far as the Quran thing goes, obviously, I think it was more the sentimental value. is what I'm gathering from that. Like, I don't think it's about the book so much. Maybe it's the sentimental value that he gave you that book, and he took it back in the midst of whatever argument or dispute that you had. Um, One I will say is this: it's not the book itself; it's the meaning or the spirit behind the book. I think that should matter more. You can buy another Quran, you can order another Quran.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's the issue. I
Mhm.
think it's more or less the fact that he thought less of you to take it back once he gave it to you.
Right.
So I think that's probably, yeah, what probably stings a little bit more. So don't attach yourself to the sentimental value of it. Just
Yeah.
if you want to learn about the Quran and the word of what it says, then just either download the Quran on your phone or just go buy another one.
All right. So yeah, you say you seriously baffled about it. Don't be baffled about it. So it's just a book. You can get your own book. Don't worry about
Yeah, I'm about to
it.
say, yeah. Well,
Let them
I'm
keep
not
the
saying,
damn
yeah, I
book.
want to downplay. Yeah, I'm not want to downplay the fact that it's just, yeah, I'm not saying that. But
Yeah.
yeah, but just don't really put your heartstrings on it. That's
Yeah,
all.
let them keep the damn book. Get you another
Yeah,
Quran, all right? You got that shit
yeah,
out
that's
at
all.
libraries and Barnes and Noble, Amazon. Get you another book. Don't worry about it. Let them
Yeah,
keep the
yeah,
damn book.
basically,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And
yeah.
you're welcome, sister. She said, thank you, y'all. You're welcome. All right,
Hmm.
so brother CJ, so what is something, all right, what is the true source of why you don't believe in karma? Is it because of superstition to you, or is it because it doesn't make any sense how things happen due to the nature of it being karma, or just past energy that you get back?
Only, let me tell you,
Mhm.
because it sounds too much. It sounds way, 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 way too much like a belief. It sounds way too much like a belief. And you can't really get no hard stamp proof that this is actually it. It's just a hard feeling. It's just a strong feeling that this is exactly what you say it is. Because I may have experienced something like this. So I just fact that it's a belief. I just can't deal with the belief. I
So
believe I need to know facts.
okay, so wait, so you've never experienced something done or something may have happened to you in life where whatever you have maybe done or happened to your life and something that happened similar but in a different manner?
But see how y'all break it down. Y'all
No, I'm
saying
asking you.
if I stole some candy, it's not gonna. Y'all saying if I stole some candy, it's not gonna be stolen from me. So at this point,
We're not talking about ifs now. We're talking about you. Like, have you personally experienced a situation where you've done something, and then maybe not at that immediate time, but at another time, something may have been as tragic to you that you never looked in retrospect. You
no.
never done that?
Because like I said, like it was a whole bunch of, and that's why I keep going back to the candy part. That's why I keep going back to the candy part, because you saying if I take some candy, candy is not going to be taken
Oh
from me.
shit!
Like my bike could be taken from me, or something could be taken from somebody else, or something could be damaged to equate the candy or something like that. And that just sounds a little far-fetched. It just sounds like they're giving you something to, like, yes, it happened because they did this to you. Like, it's just giving you something to believe in. False hope, faith. Like, that's what it sounds like to me.
So it would
That's
make
what's
more
hard for
sense.
me to believe.
Okay, so it would make more sense to you if you stole that candy and somebody stole candy from you, but a bigger portion.
Or if they didn't steal the candy from me, they stole it from my niece or my little brother or my son or
Here,
something
here,
like that.
here,
And
So it would
and
make
I'm
here-
more
like,
here's a
sense to
dang,
you
better
that
here's
I
a better
remember I
question for you,
stole some
CJ.
candy.
Here's a better question
One more.
for you. Um, do you expect to go around through life doing whatever it is you want to do and not have any repercussions or consequences for your actions?
Oh, man, see the way you put it like that. The way you put it like that, I'm gonna go. I feel like I'm gonna go on life. I'm gonna go about life the way I feel as if that suits me.
Mm. Okay.
In other
So
words,
if
is that layman's terms for just saying, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want to do?
yes,
And wait, so you don't respect any repercussion consequences from
Yeah, like that's what I'm
whatever
trying to get
decisions
to.
you
Like,
oh,
what
see,
you don't expect
and
any
that's
of that.
but that's a low. That was a loaded question right there. That was a
I know,
super
but
No,
loaded
what the
question.
hell? What you
wait,
mean?
wait,
Like,
wait,
yo,
wait, 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 wait,
Oh,
wait. It couldn't have
let me
been.
tell you.
I'm
Let me
asking
tell
you,
you.
do
Let me
you
tell you
not
why.
expect? Wait a
that's
second, wait
crazy.
a second, wait a second. Well, I'm just asking, do you not expect any repercussion or consequence?
Yeah, that's all simple. Yes or no.
I do. Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so that
thank
proves
you.
our point.
Hold, hold on.
Come on.
Thank
But
you.
I say it's a loaded question because
Okay.
you like, oh well, you're just gonna do whatever you want out of life and that's it. Yes, I am. But
Okay,
that's
but
not saying, oh well,
that's all
I'll
you have
just
to say. Yes, I have
but
no expectations of me suffering any consequences for my actions. That's all you have to
no,
say.
but how you putting it right there is as if I'm living life on some reckless, I'm about to do something
I
bad
didn't
type
say
of.
that. I didn't say
But it's how you putting it.
that.
You saying, oh, repercussions. Are you accepting the repercussions? Yes, I'm cool with whatever's
Yeah,
coming to me because I know what I do like.
whether it's positive
But
or negative.
bad things happen. So if I'm a great person, I don't do no bad to nobody. I treat people how I
Mhm.
want to be treated. Why is it if something bad happens to me?
Well,
Like,
let
dang,
me ask you this then.
I'm about to go play basketball. I come outside, I got a
Okay,
flat tire.
okay. Let me ask you this then. And I know this may sound extreme, but please bear with me with this statement. Would you
Y'all give me
expect
a
for a
moment. Hold on.
pedophile?
Y'all give me a moment, brothers. Y'all continue.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Um, would you expect for a pedophile to get rewarded?
Oh, he has his own rewards.
No. So I'm asking, like you said, so there is some type of reward, is what you're saying.
To what
Like
anybody
there's,
does, yes. To what anybody does is some
but
type of
even
reward.
though he initially caused harm, pain, and anguish to someone who didn't deserve it, an innocent child. Now, this easily could have been an adult too, but we're just throwing that in extremes, meaning that obviously you would think that somebody that does such a heinous crime, what kind of reward would there be for this person other than the fact that they just got immediate gratification after what action that took place for them to become this quote unquote pedophile?
If you want to get it like that, it doesn't really matter what happens after because their reward was that instant gratification. So what happens afterwards, whatever. I already got my reward.
Okay, so if there's a reward, then obviously he didn't look. He didn't think that whole thing through, did he? He or she? Because obviously that reward comes at a price. Everything comes at a price. Nothing is for free. Nothing.
Definitely. 100% agreed.
Yeah, that's why I said you're gonna pay one way or the other. So that's why I said, like, whether you believe in karma or not, whatever you wherever you go, you can't walk into a store and just pick up whatever you want in the supermarket and just walk out. No, you got to pay. There's a price for those items that you want for that gratification, meaning whether it's for food, clothing, whatever the case may be, you got to pay. So that's all the karma is. It's not. It's just understanding that, as I mentioned before, there's a karmic. There's a positive side and there's a negative side, but you don't want to have either one. You don't want to have a negative balance on your credit card. You don't want to have damn positive one, because if you do, that means everything is not equal. It's not balanced out. The whole purpose is to be balanced. So that's all. So karma is just, in a way, balancing things out. It's just a natural way of balance.
Life isn't
So
balanced though. We're
it's
not
balanced.
balanced.
Oh,
Like
wait a minute.
everything isn't
I gotta
equal.
cam down right quick because I gotta charge my
Everything
phone. I'm still talking to you though. I gotta charge. I'm charging my phone though.
everything in life isn't equal. And everybody knows that everything in life isn't fair. Life isn't fair itself. So the balance, like you
Why is it
looking for
not
a
fair?
balance, huh?
Why is it not fair?
Why is what not fair?
Life. You just said life isn't fair.
It's not fair because people don't get what they deserve.
And by you just saying that, isn't that explaining karma? Why
No,
are you
it's not
explaining
though.
that?
It's not
Yes.
because if karma was real, people will get what they deserve. People will get what they put out. They don't always.
But why are you looking at it in a linear time frame? Why are you looking at it like, well, you know what? Just because they do it, that'll be just because they ain't get it now, that means that they're good. No. Why are you putting that linear time frame on it? Why can't it? Because time only exists here on Earth. Time don't exist nowhere else. So
Because it
why are you
sounds
putting a
crazy.
time frame on it
Because it
saying that
sounds crazy.
because you don't see it, otherwise it's not happening? You don't know what's happening in that person's life. That person may be having an ailment or may have like a cancer growing in their body that they don't know. Why they going around doing all this dirt to people, thinking that they're getting away with it?
But they had that ailment before they even started doing that dirt to people.
It depends. That could depend. Because like I said, once you do certain things, you send out energy. Whatever you do, like when you yell at somebody, aren't you sending out and projecting a certain energy to that person when you yell at them rather than talk to them?
There's certain type of yells. There's an aggressive yell and there's an excited yell.
What do you mean there's aggressive yell? I mean, man, like ain't no nice way to yell. Shit, I mean, you yelling. I mean, what the fuck?
No, it could be I'm yelling at you or I'm yelling for you.
Eh, well, okay. What I'm gonna say is this: when you understand, okay, like you have children, right? Would you want anything bad to happen to your children?
No,
You would, as a father, you would do everything to want to protect them, correct?
correct.
So, what would you tell them to do once they go out in the street? Be mindful. Make sure you don't walk around certain corners
Stay
because of
dangerous.
what?
Little homie, stay dangerous. Like
So, with
make
that being
people
said,
scared. Make
huh?
people scared. Come on,
Well, no,
you
I'm
have
saying that obviously you're telling your children these things because you understand how the world works. And sometimes you could just be at the right place at the wrong time
and
and things happen.
the mean and aggressive people get shit done. They get things done. Like
The mean and
they're,
aggressive people.
yeah, they're more successful.
Okay. All right. Are you looking at the scheme of things on how this world works? Or are you looking at the scheme of things on how the universe works? What matters to you more, the world or the universe?
Oh, come on, yo. Here we go.
I'm at, hey, look, man, like I said, if you want to go if you want to go swimming in the deep part of the ocean, we can go swimming.
Okay, let's go swimming. Let's go
Let's go.
swimming. The
Yeah.
the the world is within this universe. I'm
Yeah.
on this world that's
Mhm.
within the universe. So I'm more worried about the world than I am the universe.
Well, okay, but then by that being said, then it also says in the Bible you should be of the world and not in it. I mean, in the world and not of it. My fault. In the world and not of it. Meaning that just because you're here doesn't mean you got to act like everybody else.
No,
You're
I'm
not
not
supposed to
acting
be.
like everybody else.
Well, I'm not saying you. No, I'm not saying you per se. I'm saying anybody out there. I mean, you got followers and you got leaders. And what karma is telling you that if you choose to be a follower, then followable things will happen.
Where you at, brother JMO? You calm down.
Yeah, I had to charge my phone and shit. I had to plug it up right quick. But yeah, I'm
Okay.
back. I'm back here.
All right.
Yeah, I just plug it in right quick. But
But
I'm
I
back
thought
here.
they said you have to be a great follower to be a great leader.
That's very true. That's very true. That's very true. But you're not
At the end
always
of the
supposed.
day,
But you're not always supposed to stay in the following state. Now, if you always want to be a follower, then that's fine. Now, I'm not saying you because, like I said, I'm not targeting. I'm speaking in generality when I say this. Um, Karma is just as I said before. Look at it as a natural scale. You know how a scale is? You want to have a scale balanced. You don't want to have one side too high or the other too high. You want it to be even.
come on. Do you see the scale for the justice system? It's not even.
It is
It's
not.
unjust.
Exactly. I'm glad you paid attention to that. I'm glad you paid
You're
attention.
right about that.
Why is it not even?
Because that's the world we live in.
Okay, then. All right. So meaning that man made it this way. This is not how the universe is work. And you wonder why the world is in disarray. That's why all you look around out here, all you see is turmoil, pain, strife, anguish, suffering. Very few people around here are really living like, and even the ones that you think are successful, meaning that just because they got a nice car and a nice home and they can go on vacation every 3-4 months, you don't know. Robin Williams. Remember that man? You know who Robin Williams is?
Yeah, I heard of him.
The comedian, white dude, right? Played Morgan Minnie and shit, all that shit. Yeah. Mrs. Doubtfire. Successful, right? Millionaire. Everybody popular. Everybody knows him. Guess what he did? He offed himself.
That was a conspiracy. They think he did it to himself. It wasn't actually proven.
Well,
just like Prince, just like Michael Jackson, they was all happy and something. Come on, man. Bob Marley, Marcus Garvey. Come on, man.
Okay. I think what
was their karma? That was their karma. What was Bob Marley's karma? Come on, man. He was giving out peace. Look what happened to him. Look at Marcus Garvey. He was trying to save us. Look what happened to him. Michael Jackson, he just wanted to live a regular life. Look what happened to him. Come on, so we can't really say that karma is real.
Yeah, but
and
okay,
what we're gonna say? What we're gonna say? OJ? We're gonna say what? OJ really did it, and look what happened to him. He got arrested for it. No, come on, man. That was an unjust.
So you don't believe they did anything to cause an effect in their life?
Shit.
You're right. You definitely right. Spreading positivity. The effect was what happened. You're 100% right. Okay, so if you put it that way, karma's real. But
because
I thought
karma said with every cause there's an effect, is what I'm saying, brother CJ. Like, you know, it could be, look, it could be in a positive nature, a negative nature, a sensible nature, a giving nature. Like everything has an effect. With every cause, there's an effect.
Yes.
When you know what I'm saying, so when you get into your car, the effect you started. You know what I'm saying? You turn it on and you drive it. That's a cause and effect issue. You put on your clothes, that's a cause and effect. When you know what I'm saying, when you eat your food, you prepare it, then you eat it. That's a cause and effect. Like everything has its connection. Everything has its, you know, its karmatic, you know what I'm saying, connection. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to always be a bad, you know what I'm saying, bad response. You know what I mean? You have karma that can be a positive response to a positive, you know, say karma action, a negative action to a negative karma reaction, or it could be separate. It could be differently. You know, it could be bad, then good, or good, then bad. You know what I mean? But the situation, you know what I'm saying, it will always be from a different aspect, but always similar. It's very rare that it's the same, is what we're trying to say here.
Yeah. I think what it is, you're looking for something equal, meaning that if I shoot you, somebody should shoot me 3 days later. Or if I steal money from you, somebody supposed to steal money from me in some way, shape, or form, let's say 2 weeks later or a month later. Or something immediate. Or matter of fact, the next day, fuck it. That ain't gotta be that long, the next day. Like, but why are you putting a timestamp on it is what I'm confused with. Like, why are you putting a timestamp on it?
It doesn't even have to be a timestamp. Just let the same thing happen.
Okay, brother CJ, what if if your car broke down, aren't you going to see what caused it?
Yeah.
Hell no, I'm calling AAA.
What? Oh, see, man, you just talking crazy, man.
Hey, what do you mean? Am I going to see that truck?
This is going nowhere, brother CJ. This is going nowhere, man. We got to get out of here, man. We'll see you on Beagle or something. Appreciate you coming to the show, brother CJ. Appreciate you, brother.
This nigga.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
wow, that was fun. That was fun. That brother, yeah, I got to give it to the brother. You know, he is a smart brother. I've heard him talk on a few
CJ the
platforms.
homie.
He's a
CJ the
smart
homie.
brother.
Man.
You know.
I fuck, yeah.
So if anybody else would like to come up to the show, to the to the panel, feel free to do so. The link is in the chat. All right. If you want to come up to the panel, the link is in the chat. If you don't see the link, I'll put it back in there. If not, then hey, we're gonna move on and then we're gonna close out. So if you want to come up to the show right now, I'll put up the link. If you want to ask me or Brother J-Mo any questions or have a build discussion with us, do that now. The link is in the chat. If not, we'll move on and then we'll close this thing out and we'll get out of here, man. And plus, I'm barbecuing, so I gotta get out.
Right. Sound about good, yo, with some real shit.
Yeah. So, so Brother J-Mo, you know what I'm saying? So as far as we can say, brother, you know what I'm saying? As far as we can say, you know what I'm saying, for an overall of all of this, as far as the karmic cycle, what is your, let's just say, outgoing message for that?
Okay, my takeaway from this. All right. The takeaway from this would be, as my man mentioned earlier, right? Just try, if you go by the golden rule or the great rule, as you sow, so shall you reap. Just keep that in mind as you move forward in life, and I think everything else will fall in place. Okay. I mean, the other 11 rules are just pretty much detailing what you really need to kind of focus on and pay attention to as you navigate in life. Karma is, just look at karma as nature's way of keeping a balance in things. Things will always be balanced whether you choose to balance them or not. So the 12, like I said, this is covering just one portion. This is just the first two. So the other two are coming, like I said, probably within the next 2 weeks or so. So we'll be covering that as well. I just want to make sure to take time and do my research and get more in depth with it, so that way I could bring you the information correctly and accurately. I said nothing is 100% science. So CJ, I heard what you're saying. I'm not saying this is all 100% facts. What I'm trying to tell you is that once you become aware and have an open mind, if your mind is closed, then of course you're only going to be able to see a small portion. But just if you widen your vision, then you'll be able to see a more broader spectrum, and you'll be able to take this into, so please, that's all. Just go through life and treat people how you want to be treated. And just pay attention to the nuances in life, and just be expected to take everything that comes with what you give. Reciprocity.
Real talk. Brother Lucas said the government's assassinated them. I don't follow you, brother. You might have to just put it in that what you mean. Yeah, what you're talking about. All right. CJ say he say understood. Okay, brother. I'm glad you. I enjoyed the build with you, CJ. This is my first time ever building with you, brother. I never got a chance to build with you, man, on what I'm saying, on other platforms, but I enjoyed the build, brother. You know what I'm saying? You're a good listener too, man. You know what I'm saying? And I always feel like men should talk. It can talk to each other. We should also be able to listen to each other. And you know what? I like that, brother. You're a good brother, man. Appreciate you coming on.
And most likely, once I do my live later on in a little bit, I'll just be pretty much doing a recap of the 12 laws. That's all. So so everything that I just talked about, if anybody has any more specific questions on my panel, you're more than welcome to come. I'm pretty sure Tony and everybody else will be there. So if there's any in-depth questions, or if there's anything specific that somebody wants to ask about the karma cycle and how it works or whatnot, I'm more than willing to answer any questions that you have. Please go support his Cash App. Tony, make sure you search your Cash App out there. My Cash App is $ JMO, as it's spelled in the title there. If you want to support, I really much appreciate it. But as I mentioned before, my message has nothing to do with monetarily gain. I do this all from the heart, and there's nothing more for me to gain, because as I mentioned, I'm trying to follow the 12th rule, which is think of the collective as a whole. What I'm doing now is bigger than me. It's not just about me. I want to help everyone. So that's it.
Real talk, man. So, like I said, y'all, if y'all would like to be a guest on the show, man, hit your buddy up, TonyReal0044 at gmail.com for live streaming or phone streaming or however you want to do it. All right. Also, man, hit me up right here, me and Brother J-Mo on the BGO app. Follow us and be a part of our panels individually or collectively all together. And also, y'all might as well go ahead and go on to J-Mo's panel later tonight. If you are not familiar with BGO, download it. And if, saying follow Brother J-Mo, might as well go to his panel later on tonight, because there will be, you might as well just say it, going to be an after show. He just put the off right there. It's going to be an after show. So if you got some questions, hit his panel up tonight. Y'all know I'll be there, but I gotta, finish the food and feed the kids and get the kids off the bed, and then
that sounds cool, yo.
So also, man, hit me up on that Cash App. Donate today to support the show, y'all. Hashtag Big Tony Main. Support Brother J-Mo as well. Hashtag J-Mo. All right, y'all. Hit us up, man. Support us today, man. We're gonna keep bringing y'all this info, man. We're gonna keep doing these shows, man. We're gonna keep it moving, man. It's time to make moves, real moves, man, and get this information out there, man. I really enjoyed Brother J-Mo. I always do, and every time I get messages and emails, they like, oh, I like J-Mo. I'm like, oh damn, everybody like fucking J-Mo. What about Azrael? And then all them.
Man, look, man, it's number love. Like, yo,
yeah. So I mean, I can just say this: he has a gift, y'all. He knows how to draw people in, especially when you know what you're talking about. Brother Azrael too, man. And also, y'all be looking for the return of my sister Divinity. If y'all have forgotten about that power, she will be returning to the show. All right. So be looking out for that show, y'all. Be looking out for it. She coming back. I know it's been a minute. Y'all probably forgot about it, but I can't let y'all forget about that powerful sister. I can't let y'all forget about her. She coming back, man. All right. So any closing remarks, brother?
Nah, man, all I'm gonna say is thank you so much for your platform and allowing me to get this information. Shout out to all the fans that's out there. Please subscribe. Make sure you follow me and Tony and everybody on the BGO app. Shout out to all my BGO fam, my friends, everybody. We just gonna keep it kicking, man. We just gotta have a positive movement, and I just want to help expand people's minds, and just try my best to give the most clarified message that I can give, no matter what it is. So.
Real talk. Sister Michi, you have my condolences, sister. It's really sad what you're going through with Brother Sheik. I have nothing ill to say about that, brother, so I don't need nobody going back talking about, Tony Rudiger was talking about Brother Sheik. I ain't with all that drama, that bullshit, okay? You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that it's sad what you're going through, and I think, brother, you and Brother Sheik should talk about your issues and resolve y'all problems, man, and hopefully y'all can come back and love each other once more. So you do have my condolences, sister. All right, y'all need to talk. That's basically my advice to y'all. Y'all need to talk, and y'all know who are you to give marital or relationship advice. Hey, look, I'm not certified at all. I'm just speaking from experience, okay? So don't start quoting me and getting me all in that mess. But I hope that you two can talk to each other, sister. You have my respect. You have all my love, man. I'm throwing it to you right now, sister. So hopefully y'all can sit down and have a chat, and y'all can resolve whatever issues you have, sister. So good luck with that. All right, sister. And thank everybody for coming to the show, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. You know what I mean? Because we'll be coming with a part 2 with probably in the next, a week or 2 weeks, brother?
I'm gonna say, just to be on the safe side, give me a little bit of time to gather the rest
about
of
2 weeks
that I need. So we'll set it for 2 weeks.
2 weeks from today.
We'll set it 2 weeks from today. So just make sure if you want to tune into part 2 with this, 2 weeks from today, we're going to go live and we're going to finish up to this. And anybody who else, that way you can put it all together. You can put both parts together. If you have any other questions, please feel free to come on and ask either me or Tony. I think he has a pretty good grasp of what it is that I'm, trying to entail with this right now. And anything that you want to learn more on your own, because like I said, this is just very basic. So, take the time to really go, do your due diligence and learn about it on your own if you want to learn anything more about it. But I could just give you what it is I'm going to give you from here. So that's it.
All right, brother. And once again, brother, it's always a gift to have you, brother. It's always a gift to
Man,
have you, man. I
I
appreciate you,
that,
brother.
man.
And
Like
you
that. Wow.
and remember, I want to set up a show. Y'all also look out for this, man. I want to set up a show, and we gonna do it, goddamn it, with brother J-Mo and brother Azrael. I'm sorry, I gotta blow this damn stage up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when these two brothers get together, man, half the time I be listening like I'm telling you, it's like I'm a kid in the candy store. I'm like, oh man, these brothers coming hard with this information, man. I want to hear, I want more encore. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, y'all be looking out for that show, man. Soon to come, man. I'm gonna get in touch with brother Azrael, man, and see if he'll be down with that, man. And
Yeah.
and I'll keep in touch with brother J-Mo as well, man. And we're gonna get
Yeah,
that.
just
We're
let
gonna
me
get
know
that
whatever
set up for
topic
y'all,
it
man.
is. Yeah, just
Yeah.
let me know whatever topic it is. I mean, I'll make sure to do my due diligence before I come on as well. So
real talk. So thank you for coming, brother, man. And I guess I'll see you tonight, man. After I
yeah,
get
I'm
all this
doing
done.
a bit, man. Yeah, probably about an
All right.
hour.
Hour. All right, y'all. 1 hour. Y'all better go to the panel. 1 hour. All right, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thanks. Shout out to the fan. Much love, y'all. Peace.
Peace. All right, y'all. Appreciate everybody for coming, man. I really enjoyed the show, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the show at home, man. Was able to watch it in your living room on your cell phone, or pop your popcorn or your drink or whatever you had to enjoy this great show, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, be looking out, man. The show will be coming. We'll be coming back in the next 2 weeks from today. So mark your calendars, y'all. The Karmic Cycle 2 with brother J-Mo will be a part 2. Do not forget, and don't forget for about the future show that I'm going to try to get to y'all, man, with brother J-Mo and brother Azrael, and also Divinity will be returning. All right, so y'all be looking out for that show as well, man. Y'all will see it on the post. You know what I'm saying, information on the channel. You'll see that the shows that's coming up, and you'll see that, you know what I'm saying, when it has the show and the show that's coming up and all that stuff like that. Okay, y'all. So y'all be sure that y'all be looking out and be ready for that, all right, to happen. So y'all, I'm gonna get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all, man. It's your boy Tony Real God Chronicles, and I'm out. I hope I ain't forget nothing. Holla at your boy.